A very good morning. It's Friday the 14th of October 2016 and it's just coming up on 8 a.m. You join us live here in the Red Bull studio at Flyspot in the centre of Poland here in Warsaw for the prestigious, only for the second time ever, FAI World Cup of Indoor Skydiving. I'm joined in the studio by former NFTO team player, bronze medal at the World Meet, Ray. How are you, Ray?
Morning, Regan. How you doing?
I'm great. Did you sleep well?
I did, actually.
We had a long day yesterday, 14 hours live broadcast to the world. Over 7,000 people watching at the peak time. Great to have you there. And if you're up bright and early or late, depending where you are in the world, a very warm welcome to us here. We've got another full day of action for you, and the overnight stories go something like this. We're going to be starting with the four-way open. And in fifth place, overnight, we had the Swedes on 97 points. And then we had two teams tied for third, Qatar Tigers, and France won with 105. Second place, overnight, after 4 rounds, France 2 with 120 points. Here's a big story. Hayabusa, world champions, indoor and outdoor, overnight, 121 points. It was squeezed down to just a 1 point lead. It started off with 25 points to 24 for Hayabusa on round 1. Round 2, 32 to 30 for Hayabusa again on round 2. Round 3, 33 points each. Now, this is where the change came. Hayabusa, fourth round, 31 points. France, 33 points. It's not very often you see Hayabusa beaten in a round, Ray.
It's not at all. It's a very rare sight. But when you watch both rounds, and I think pretty much Hayabusa looked pretty smooth, pretty together, very compact. It looked like a good round from them.
So we've got the open of the four-way starting this morning. We've got the female as well and the junior category. Then we're going to be going into the freestyle event, and we've got the DTW and the VFS as well all day long. Starting off with the open, what's the draw for round 5, Ray? What have we got?
It's 8P21.
Yeah.
So the 8's it's not a long block, but it's tricky for the larger people in the tunnel.
Yeah.
In this tunnel to take the two pieces around, but it should be okay. And P and 21 are pretty small, so we'll see how that goes.
If we just switch over to, let's have a look at camera 1, studio, down in the gallery. Let's have a look at camera 1 there and just get a shot of what's happening down on the tunnel floor right now. If we just switch it on, you can see the teams on the right-hand side of the pitch are just preparing themselves, getting ready to start their day. Everybody was down at breakfast at the hotel a few moments ago. It was packed out down there, wasn't it? Big queues for the eggs and bacon and the sausages. But here we are now. Everybody's fully charged and ready for the day. You can come back to the studio if you want, and we'll talk to you a little bit more. So it's day 2 of the championships here in Poland. We have got for you some big battles taking place in the freestyle. It's very close at the top. If I can just get that back on screen, I can tell you what's happening there. But I do know we have 3 teams at the top there in the freestyle open and in the juniors. Very close. How's it looking in the female in the junior category in the four-way? Right.
Well, in the female category, it's going pretty much as would be expected. So I think we've got the France won. Well, the French team at the top of the board, so female Wimby, as they're now called. And you've got Volition and NFTO fighting out second and third. I think they're pretty close. I think the 2 UK teams, there's only about 3 points in between them. And we'll see what's coming up. I mean, I think, obviously, as I mentioned before, Volition are the tunnel team, and NFTO are pretty much trained for the sky. So we'll see how they get on. The 2 Polish teams are fighting out in 4th and 5th, so No Mercy and Flyspot Chicks. So I think No Mercy pulled out a bit of a lead on the Flyspot Chicks, but they have got more experience, and they've been competing in AAA for a little bit longer than their Polish. The other two.
So let's have a look now at the indoor freestyle open event, and in 5th place overnight we've got Poland and Maya, not feeling very well, so she's feeling a bit sick right now, but 5th place with 25.2 points. 4th place, Germany, Raphael Schwager with 25.5. 3rd place, Martin Deckert, Czech Republic, 25.6. And 2nd, Leo was leading in the first few rounds. Now, after round 3, 26.5, and taking the lead overnight. Inka Tito, Finland, 26.6.
0.1.
0.1.
That's amazing. What the actual difference is between Inka and Leo. So, do we know much about Martin?
Not really, no. We know he flies quite a bit of a demon. We'll try and get some background on him as the day progresses, once we get Anna back in the studio.
Great to hear about him.
Let's have a look at the junior category. Maybe you can see something on the system if we've got anything about in there. But in the juniors, we've got in 5th place overnight, Hungary, Lucas on 24.3. 4th place, Poland, Alexandra with 24.8. The newcomer, the new kid in town, she won the Polish Open Junior section a couple of weeks ago here in Warsaw, and she is in 3rd place. Australia, Amy Watson, 25 points. 2nd place, overnight, Andre with 26.2. But the leader in the junior, Singapore, Kyra with 27. She's all over it, and they're leading the dynamic two-way as well. They've been doing a fantastic job. Have you got any news for us there, Ray, on that?
What, the dynamic two-way?
On the you were looking for Martin to see if you could find anything.
No, I haven't found anything on him yet, Martin Dedek, but we'll come back to you about that because I'd like to. It's a face I haven't seen before. Let's
have a look at the VFS then. So in 5th place overnight, 94 points. Team iFly Toronto VFS. Got my teeth in straight this morning. And in 4th place, Golden Knights USA 114. 3rd place overnight, Flyspot Definition 116. 2nd place, Fly Station VFS from Russia with 121. And as you would expect, the current world champions SDC Core USA on 132 points. We're about a minute and a half from the start of the action in the 4-way open race.
Just looking at the VFS scores and seeing how tight they are between 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
And I believe the SDC core team, a lot of them actually coach the other teams that are below them and snapping at their heels. So it's quite interesting to see that the Golden Knights are pulling back to the Polish team in 3rd place. So let's see what happens today. We've got some fast rounds coming up, so it should be an interesting day.
Right, yeah, so let's have a look at what we've got. How many rounds do you think we're going to be having?
I think we're going to have 5 rounds for the FS and the VFS.
Yeah.
No, maybe 4 rounds for the VFS. I'm not entirely sure. I should check that out later. But about 5 rounds for the FS.
And we've got 22 teams in the Open?
22 teams in the Open. We've got 9 teams in the female. I think we've got 8 teams in the junior.
Yeah.
And I think another 9 teams in the VFS. We'll just count that for you now.
Okay.
Yeah, another 9 teams in the VFS.
All right, so we're just getting a message through online. Somebody's saying we haven't got any sound. Can you hear us there in the gallery? Being told we're getting no sound through. But we shall see about that. So we're going to go switch to the tunnel. Let's get on to the tunnel, camera 1, and see what's going on down there. So we're just waiting for the action to start down there, Ray. Who's going to be in first?
I think we should have Jazz Republic in first again.
Yeah, Jazz Republic it is. Going to be followed by Qatar, the Falcons White, and the Sky 4-4 are going to be after that. Then the Denmark team, VAF Warriors. Just remind us what the draw is again for this round.
It's 8P21, so a fairly longish block, but there's a lot of 2 pieces on the top of the 8. The front piece and the back piece have got some big moves. They've both got a Turner 360, so that could be interesting for the taller teams. And then the P and 21 are pretty.
We still have no audio.
Are pretty small.
Well, somebody's watching this, no.
So Jazz Republic ready to get into the tunnel. They're quite a tall team and they're making it work. Again, this is like, it's not the fastest of rounds. I mean, you have 2 blocks and a random, and it's quite important to the close of the 21 to make sure you're not carrying too much momentum into the top of the 8. The Jazz Republic are doing a good job here. They're working through it. This is good work from the South African team. Looks like they're picking up the pace a little bit from yesterday.
Yeah. Yes. So it's a good start now, early in the morning. The sun is shining bright outside, and we've got all the action inside here. We're expecting to be, it's going to be a long day again. Is it going to be the same as yesterday, Ray? We're going to be going through till, I'll have a look on the schedule I've got here in front of us now. It's looking like, just going to the back page. Yeah, it could be about the same day. We're looking at schedule for 8:30. Falcons White, they're in next.
Yes, as half of the Qatari team. They're doing pretty well, actually, the Falcons White. I mean, the 2 teams are, well, 2 halves of an 8-way team, so you'd expect them to be pretty equal pegging, but they are indeed doing very well. Yeah. So Falcons White are currently in 16th place, and Falcons Maroon, they're the other half of the 8-way team, are currently in 13th place, pretty close to each other on point. Qataris always look so nice and small in the tunnel. They make the tunnel look very big. Going quite hard at this. And they're out of time. So next in we should have the Polish team, I believe. Yeah, it's that Sky 4. With very red jumpsuits. A little bit of concentration there, ready to get into the tunnel. Sky 4 are currently lying in 18th place. It's quite a tricky entrance to launch. The 8. Boy. I mean, there've been a few busts from the judges through this competition on whether the closes of certain blocks, whether they're stationary or non-stationary grips as the blocks are actually closing. And it's quite interesting to see some of these blocks, the closes of the 18s, sorry, not the 18s, the 8s. We might see some flashing grips on the closes, which could be construed as a non-stationary grip on the close of the block. So it'll be interesting to see how the judges score this round going forward.
Jenny White says good morning, friend of yours, I believe.
Good morning, Jenny White.
What stuck out in your mind yesterday, Ray? What was the bits which you found quite spectacular?
The bits that I found were great was watching Wimby catch up to Hayabusa.
Yeah, it's good to have a fight on the hands, isn't it?
And watching the French girls as well. It's pretty good to watch their determination. They had a poor round 1, and they came back very strong in round 2 and 3. And in the junior category as well, the Canadian teams are...
we've got...
it's the I can't remember the 2. There's the team
Air Devils.
And there's another team. I'm just going to find out. Yes, Air Devils in the lead, and then we have France Junior 1, and then Tunnel Vision, the other Canadian team, followed by the other French team. So it's all moving around. It's quite interesting. In the tunnel now, we've got the VAF Warriors. And Shettle Norden has sent me some information on the Norwegian team.
Let's hear it.
And very kindly been sending me a few bits and bobs, and I'll get through that shortly. But you notice that they are flying with an alternate at the moment. They've got three blue suits and one and one black seat.
Yeah.
So this is the VAF Warriors. Let's see if I can get some information on them.
I think one of the big pleasant things for me was the return of Sweden to the competitive circuit. We've got 3 teams now for them, and overnight in 5th place, which is great to see. And then the girls team, we have a girls team, do we, I think, as well?
The Swedish girls team, yeah, we do. They're flying with an alternate with Asa, who's flying with them at the moment. The interesting thing about all the Norwegian teams in general is the Scandinavian teams in general is that they all tend to. You'll find some people from the former Norwegian teams are flying on the Danish teams. Some of the Danish teams are flying on some of the Swedish teams. It's all a bit, and they like to mix it up through the years. And now in the tunnel we have a UK team. This is Team Chimera, very smiley team.
And they fed me last night.
Did they?
I was so tired I couldn't be bothered ordering food, and I thought I could just do with a slice of pizza. And I was walking through the brief area, and they were there with pizzas, and they gave me 2 slices.
That's good of them.
So it was brilliant, just exactly what I wanted. They're a good team, eh?
They are a good team. They've been coached by Katie Woods.
Right. Is Katie back in the UK then?
She's studying now. She's doing a master's in I think she's doing psychiatry or psychology, I believe.
Well, good morning, Katie, if you're watching. I'm sure you might be. Good to hear from you. Send us a message if you are. And everybody watching worldwide on the live stream, a very good morning to you. Hope you were enjoying the show and you were watching all yesterday. You can send us a message through, of course, on Ray's or my Facebook, so we've got those. And we've got the Facebook channel of the World Cup of Indoor Skydiving, to Instagram, Snapchat, anything you want, let us know you are there. We might even give you a little bit of Facebook Live from the studio as well.
We hope so, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That was Chimera in the tunnel. Next in, we should have Team Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco. They were in full red suits a few years ago.
They were indeed, and they've now they've toned it down a little bit. So a little bit of white and a little bit of red.
Yeah.
So as not to get themselves confused with the Polish team, I believe, who were fully in red.
That's right.
This is it's a pretty standard round. There's no, it could be a double A round, to be honest.
Yep.
It wouldn't need to necessarily be a senior senior round. And you can tell that some of the teams would feel quite comfortable with this. You know, you've got an 8 and a 21. 21 is a pretty standard, it's one of the first blocks you learn in the FS world. So it should be a good round, a working round for most teams.
If you just joined us, a very warm welcome. It's nice and early here in Central Europe, 8:15 a.m., 7:15 in the UK. And if you join us around the world on the live stream, it's good to have you along. We've got a full day, at least 12 hours of action for you. We have people watching everywhere yesterday. Singapore, 2:15 in the afternoon right now. Sydney, 5:15. Here in Warsaw, 8:15. Back in Dubai, 10:15 in the morning. Los Angeles, West Coast. They should be getting in bed now, 11:15 in the evening.
They should be getting in bed. They should be watching us, surely. And this is Energy about to get into the tunnel now. They've been flying really well, Team Energy. They're currently lying in 12th place. Scored quite well on round 4. They got a 23, I believe. And that's a nice entrance into the tunnel. It's definitely got some purpose here. I believe some members of Energy have been doing quite a lot of coaching and some 2-on-2 with members of Hayabusa, so
yep.
with Andy and David. And you can tell that's coming through in their flying. I think they've been coached by Marco potentially at the moment. I'm not entirely sure.
We've just gone Facebook Live a little bit as well on my own Facebook, just to show you what's happening here in the studio. Coffee and morning sunlight streaming through.
A bit of grip mismanagement or close of the block was with a little bit of momentum there, which is throwing them a little bit. But it was towards the end of time, so hopefully they should be okay. That was Team Energy.
That's easier to say than what we were trying to say yesterday.
Yeah, unfortunately, I spoke to the guys and they said, oh, no, we just got the team name wrong. Unfortunately, it should be Energy. And you've been trying all day to pronounce our team name, which is actually incorrect. So it is Team Energy from Italy. And now we have another UK team, Team Phoenix, who had a slow start to the competition. I think they're two different sets of techniques. They're half of one team and half of another, and they're trying to make it work. And they're flying in different slots as well. So they're in Raf, who's normally an inside centre, is flying outside centre. Yeah. She's flying.
That's a French girl, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And then we've got Roy and his girl.
Yeah, and we've got Potter on the front.
Yes.
So they're trying something a little bit different, flying a few different slots. There's some smiles there and a few levels as well. That was
good reaction at the end of that 21, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I mean, it's good to notice the levels as they're coming through and hold it and wait for it to close before moving on to the top of the 8. I think they'll be happy with this round. I seem to have the curse of the commentator again. As soon as I said that, they had a little bit of a mare in the middle of that round.
Have you flown this tunnel, Ray?
I have not flown in this tunnel, but I would like to fly in this tunnel.
Are you going to be able to do a little bit before you leave? When do you leave?
I leave on Sunday morning, but if anybody's listening, I do have my jumpsuit with me.
Good. Which one?
I'm a free fly suit, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
You can do both in that suit, so it probably makes sense to bring that suit. Next in, we have a Hurricane Factory team. I believe these are Hurricane Factory Mikhail's chicks.
Yes.
They're currently lying in 16th place, tied with the Falcons White.
Right.
They're a nice, tidy team. There's two different there's different ways of turning the 8 on the front piece. As you can see, these guys are flying it on the front quite close together, knee to knee. In some other teams, you'll see a lot of separation between. Oh dear, that was a bust there. A lot of separation between the outside centre and point. It's just a different way of doing it. Different techniques work for different people.
Pete Allen taught us to get close.
Yeah. Shout out to Pete there.
Hi, Pete. And Anne, his lovely wife, Anne Maxwell, is in the house. She was here last night with a few more from Windor in Spain.
That's correct. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. We do find that in Europe when there's a major event, you will get staff and management from one tunnel, well, from a lot of the tunnels visiting the events, and they're all working together to try and make these competitions as the best they possibly can. It's coming towards the end of the competition year now. Here we are getting towards the middle of October. I think, but don't string me up if I'm wrong, but I think this could be the last major tunnel event of the year.
I think it is, actually, yeah. I mean, I think the Norwegians maybe are having their own indoor tunnel meet in the next few weeks. So a lot of the Scandinavian teams, I think, will be back. So the Swedes and the Danes and some Norwegian teams as well are going to be back here battling it out for a Nordic kind of indoor event. So that's here in Flyspot in a few weeks' time. It's not a fully international event, but it's another event that's happening.
It's a great location to be. I don't know if you've ever visited Poland and Warsaw in this tunnel, but I thoroughly recommend it. It's just everything, it works really well. This building, in fact, you might not know this, but it won an international award for architecture.
Really?
Yeah, and the chief executive, Mikhail Bradachev, who was in the studio a few moments ago. His big thing, he comes from an engineering background, and concrete structure and concrete design is something he majored in. So he had a free range when this project got going to design it how he wanted it to be, and it's absolutely stunning. The way the building works and the way it goes round from floor to floor without any stairs. You're going up a gradual incline without feeling like you're going up and down, and suddenly you're on the tunnel level. We're kind of 2 stories below here. Then you got the hotel right next door, just 50 yards away,
Which you don't even get wet in the rain.
You don't, and that's being upgraded to an Ibis hotel. That'll be, in fact, the rooms we're staying in right now on the 3rd floor have just opened, and they're all fresh and brand new. I was the first person in my bed, which is incredible. Travel to a lot of hotels, and you very rarely find that. So if you get the opportunity to get yourself over to Poland and to Flyspot, I absolutely, totally recommend it.
Me too. It's great over here. So next in we should have a team Aladdin from Hungary. They're currently lying in 19th place. The most vocal support unit, I think, that support delegation of any country. Well, I believe Hungary.
Yeah, they're very vocal, aren't they? We've got a message in from Jenny White. Says, I have to tell you, my kid Jordan is flying JBS, who is 10 years old and flies in the Sydney Tunnel, stayed up till 10:45 last night to watch Amy Watson. Then he put an alarm on at 2 a.m. to watch his instructors Tane and Dale fly in the two-way dynamic. He's begging to watch in the whole night. He's addicted to the sport. 3rd in freestyle in Australia, with Amy being 1st. He is shattered and cranky tonight. Tonight will be another long night glued to the computer. Well, it's good to have you with us, Jenny.
And her son.
And Jordan. Hope you're enjoying the show, Jordan. If we ever get ourselves in a studio near you, we'll get you in and give you some commentary tips too. If you are watching worldwide, give us a shout out. It's good to hear from you. We are into round 5 of the 4-way open with Ray Ahmed here in the studio.
Here we are. We've got the second half of the Qatari 8-way team. The Qatar Maroon, I believe, is about to get into the tunnel, and they're currently lying in 13th place.
We got a message through from Peter Strayed. It's a bit of a half message. He says, I believe you're wrong about who is coaching ITA Energy. Well, it's very good of you, mate, but if you give us the answer as well, that would help. So, you know, we're on tenterhooks now, Peter. Who is it? Who is the coach? Is it probably him, I think? That's probably why he said that.
Is that why he's saying that?
Anyway, it's probably kind of, I think you are wrong about who this might be.
We're allowed to make the odd mistake.
Yes. Qataris are having a brilliant couple of years.
They are indeed. I mean, these guys have been coached by Gary. I spoke to Gary briefly about it, and he said, you know, we did the 8-way, we're focusing on the 8-way, but they'd really like us to do the 4-way as well. And they're definitely going for it. Different style on the top of the 8s.
Yeah.
That they have here. You see the top of the 8s are quite wide between the point and the outside centre.
So this is a maroon.
Yes.
Gary's coaching the Tigers, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coaching the 8-way team, and the 8-way team has split themselves into 2 4-way teams, so maroon and white.
So we've got a message. Peter's dropped his answer on us. Thank you very much, Peter, for who coached the Italians. It was Joey, he says.
Oh, Joey.
Yes. And I think he might be wrong in his answer out there by saying it was Joey, because I think the correct answer should be it is Joey. Do you?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
well.
I think you might be wrong there, Peter, with your syntax. But
well, I mean, Joey's coaching so many teams at the moment, I can't actually tell. So.
Yeah, they were training alongside Peter's team this year. Good to hear from you, Peter. Hope you're well, my friend. Last time I saw you was in Ampuriya, I think. Next
in we got France 1.
Yes.
We're currently tied, I believe, with the Tigers with the Qatari Tigers in 3rd place. Should be good to watch.
Here they come.
That's nice, straight out the door. I said, whenever I watch the French teams, it's the same. They do carry so much energy and they handle it so well. Close of the 8, straight onto the P, straight onto the 21. This is a nice view as well, the levels. I think some of the viewers might want to have a look at the top camera for this, just to see how they're getting on.
Yeah, camera 3 would be a nice shot now. If we can get camera 3 on the screen there. Oh, fantastic. The gallery are on it. All over it this morning. Currently third place, yeah, with 105 points after 4 rounds. Swinging
around to the close of the 8s, straight onto that P is amazing. The tail is really using all of the energy he has from the close of the 8 to move on through the dive. It's a fantastic round from France 1. They look tired coming out of the tunnel. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Next in we have one of the Swedish teams. The Swedish teams are so tied together. They're on 97 and 96 points.
Yeah.
5th and 6th at the moment.
And it's good to have the Swedes back on the circuit. They've got their own tunnel now.
You mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah.
Have you been there yet?
I haven't, no. I've been to Sweden for 1 day from Copenhagen. I took that fantastic bridge which comes out of the water. It goes underground, then out of the water, and then to Sweden. Beautiful thing.
Somebody's got to write in and tell you what that bridge is called.
Yes, it begins with H, I believe, and my pronunciation wouldn't quite work. Neil Eppingham says, morning Regan, I'm still after your job, mate. Well, good luck with that, Neil. I don't have a job, I'm freelance, so go for it. Quit yours and off you go.
Keep trying, Neil. Keep working on it.
Looking well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. There was a first few rounds yesterday, so this is Team Echo Chamber.
Yeah.
I thought, it looked a little bit round one nerves, and I thought, okay, fine, we'll see what they've got. And they look like they've got the round one nerves a little bit again this morning. A little bit messy. They flew smoother from round 2 yesterday. So.
Yeah. If you were doing a 4-way competition, would you rather get in there early in the morning or wait till the afternoon?
I'm an early morning girl.
Yeah.
First thing.
Good. Well, here's Hayabusa. So in the lead overnight by 1 point, the indoor and the outdoor world champions, a masterclass of 4-way. This team really have blown any competition out of the water for the last few years. And 2 brothers there, Andy and Dave, Bob and Dennis. And Bob's just dropping his dropping his visor down there.
I imagine they're probably feeling it a little bit at the moment, just that 1 point.
Yeah. What can they do here? Can they open that gap a little bit, or is it going to get even tighter? Here we go.
Have a look.
That's how you do a 21. Wow.
Feeling the nerves a little bit, I think, or just it's not as smooth as we've seen them fly. Yeah, there's a smile from Dennis.
Good.
Seeing they're turning those 8s right in the tunnel door.
Yeah.
Probably not the best place to do it. There we go, moving around a little bit. They're getting into a rhythm now. This is more like the Hayabusa we know.
Yep.
Yeah, they stuttered a little bit the first few pages of this round. But they brought it back together. Not so happy with that, I don't think.
Of all the teams you see flying, that's one team that does all stop exactly the same time as each other. They know when it's over.
It's because they spent so much time together, Regan.
Yeah, I do know that, Ray. So join us on the live stream of the Facebook Live. Sarah, Neil, Carol Milner, Rebecca Bradley. Good morning, guys. Welcome along to the behind-the-scenes look at the studio on the little Facebook Live. And the main action is on the live stream to the world here from Warsaw, and it's World Cup of Indoor Skydiving 2016, the second time ever with the FAI. There was a meet in Austin, Texas, a World Tunnel meet, but it wasn't an official FAI meet. This is it, the second one ever.
In the tunnel at the moment, we've got Team EXO from Russia, currently in 7th place, and doing quite a good job. They're holding their own, and everybody was expecting to have Black Cat here because Black Cat was on the rostrum. I must go and see if I can have a chat with them later to see if there are any Black Cat. I don't believe there are any Black Cat members on this team, but they're a strong flying team. You can get they're quite a big team,
yeah.
Apart from their points. So again, I said there's some Block 8 could be a problem for some of the bigger teams, and that's proving to be the case here.
7th place overnight, 94 points, 2 points short of Sweden Echo Chamber, and 3 points clear of Sky Dragons after the 4 rounds.
Yeah, Sky Dragons is a team that surprised me. I didn't expect them to be as strong as they are, but they're flying really, really well. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of their flying today. It's a good job from Team Echo Chamber.
And Dave,
Team EXO.
Dave Brown joins us on the Facebook Live here in the studio. Good morning, Dave.
Morning.
Have you got any questions for us here about the event or the competition in general, or any of the teams, or any information you'd like to know? Just send us through on a message on Facebook Live or on the Facebook page of WCIS 2016, and we'll get that information for you. Who's this?
This is Team Equinox from Lithuania. They're currently at the bottom of the leaderboard, and they had an unfortunate round 3 where they had completely lost it in the middle of the round.
Yeah.
And didn't really get it back together, unfortunately. So
just 7 points there on that one.
Hopefully they will pick up from yesterday and show us what they can do now today.
So for the judges, the footage is automatically triggered by the RF signal sticker they've got on the helmet. and that image now goes down to the judging room, the floor below, so there's no physical transfer at all of information.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. So there's no stopwatch, it's just all through the door. It triggers that
technology.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazes people like me.
See if we can see it when we're watching the next team setting up in the door. See if we can see this.
The little barcode on, the edge of them.
Yeah.
I'm wondering though, does that barcode have any impact with the peripheral vision? Maybe not in the FS, but maybe for the VFS or something else.
Yeah, because it's right up here in the top of the. It'd be nice to actually put one of the helmets on and just see. Let's see if we can see now on this team here as he sets up in the door. If we can see it as the. We just zoom in a little bit more. They can probably see on the girl's helmet.
Oh yeah,
just on the corner there. You can see this. There you go. There you can see it. That sticker. That's the signal which triggers the start of the time and triggers the start of the video.
That's interesting. So next in we have the Skydragons from Slovakia.
Slovakia,
yes, that's right. These guys are looking really tidy. They've really picked up the pace. I mean, I haven't seen them fly in a little while, and need to find out if somebody wants to write in to tell us who's coaching Team Skydragons. That'd be great.
Yeah, Peter, if you're still there, you probably know. 91 points, 8th place overnight. Kimbo Larsen, Denmark's joined us online from Drop Zone Denmark. Good to have you on the Facebook Live, Kim. Good morning to you.
Team Skydragons doing a great job. They're carrying a lot of momentum to all, so.
The curse of the commentator.
Curse of the commentator.
Whatever you do today, don't say Regan Tetlow's doing a great job in the commentary box, please. Probably lose my voice.
I'm trying, yeah. It's as if they can hear me.
I know.
You think they've got little microphones?
Maybe that's what that sticker is on the helmet.
Exactly.
Direct connection. Vanya there, great photographer, getting some good shots of the door action. Check out the page, the Facebook page of this event, Flyspot and WCIS. Some great photography going up, and we've got another media team as well doing a write-up of the action as it happens as well. So there's many different ways of keeping in touch, Snapchat and Instagram and all the Facebook, the live stream to the world from here in the studio and my own little Facebook Live, just for another half an hour here, just you can see what happens in the studio. Next
then we have a Team Wimby, so France 2, who are currently only 1 point behind Hayabusa.
So let's see how they start. Hayabusa looked a little bit shaky, didn't they, to start?
They did, yeah.
What are these guys going to do?
Roy feeds himself out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Looks like a stronger start.
It does. Roy's face.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, wow, that was almost head down there.
Exactly. You could have a look at the top camera, camera 3. I think the viewers would like to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
So it's fast. I think he was on that grip. Slowing it down a little bit. There we go. I think they started better off than Hayabusa, and they ramped up quite quickly, but I think they've had to slow it down
just getting
towards the back end of they're getting a bit stringy and stretchy, and some of the closes of the 8's not so good, the 21's not so good, so moving on to the 8 was pretty tricky. So they started off really strong, but I think they lost it a little bit towards the end.
It's going to be interesting to see what the points come of that, isn't it? Come on, judges! Come on, judges! Let's get that information as soon as we can. You can also check out all the scores on the in-time scoring system, and the web page for that is nspace.co.za. So you can check out that page, and the information as well is on the web page of this event.
So next in we have the Qatari Tigers, who are currently joint 3rd place with France 1. Interesting block technique on the back piece of the 8. There we go. There's always that the theory is, if you're turning a piece of a block, is that, you know, if you have two people, if they're catted or they're I don't know, holding hands or moving side by side, is to have that block turn as one piece.
Right. Yeah.
So obviously then, you know, you're turning as one, so therefore you're going to suffer less effects of turning that piece.
So getting them closer together.
Closer together.
Yeah, like with the cats, you want to pull it in towards you.
That's correct.
On the is it the 15s?
On the 8s.
No, on the with the cat.
22s, 8s, cats.
Canadian tea.
22.
22. Yeah. Been a while. Morning, sir.
So the
Swedes?
Yeah, it's the second Swedish team, or the first Swedish team, I don't know. They're not Sweden 1 or 2, but this is team Grichon Volo.
So we've got a bit of a fight on for that third place. First and second are pretty much secure. Hayabusa or France 2, it's going to be one of them two. The third place, though, we've got France 1 and Qatar battling it out there neck and neck. 5 points clear for the second to the third. And then, what do you think, 3 down to 5? Well, there's a bit of a gap as well, Ray. 97 points to 105. That's probably not going to switch up much, is it?
You know, it may, probably not, you're right.
Yeah.
But you never know if a team has a bad round.
Yeah.
But I'm sure with this round, this meet, you could probably get that round back again. So, be interesting. I think probably the most consistent team is the one that's going to pull it off.
5, 6 and 7th place at the moment is 94 points, 96 points, 97 points. So that's going to change up a little bit. There's chances there for some action, for some movement.
I definitely hope so. Well, this is good. The top camera is showing. It doesn't show you the levels, but it pretty much shows you how the blocks are closing.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that these guys are having too much fun in here. They're quite big guys, so you know, those blocks are closed. The 21s are closing with quite a lot of momentum. So moving on to the 8s. Pretty tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't really whiz with those 21s around too fast, can they? They haven't got the room for it.
This team Grichon Volo. Well, they seem happy with that.
My 5s. All the way down.
Definitely much looked like it was a working dive. I think next in we have the last of the open teams, Team ACM from the UK. Also suffering a little bit from the size. I bumped into to Fletch, their point this morning.
Yeah.
And he said he was in a bit of pain from hitting tunnel walls. So hopefully I reminded him he's only got 6 minutes of flying, so hopefully he should be okay. It's a nice start from ACM.
Colin Whittaker's joined us on the Facebook Live. Very good friend of mine. One of the first people who taught me how to skydive, to be honest. Back in the days at Cochrane. Good morning, Regan, he says, looking good. Good morning, Colin.
It's a good idea to get the levels from the side view of this camera, but now we've got the top camera back. You can see just how tricky it is for them in size on that.
Yeah.
Gareth has his knees up against the wall, as do the front piece. As I said yesterday, they're having to adjust themselves to adapt themselves to fit into this tunnel because they're such a tall team. Team ACM.
And that's the open category through and dusted. 22 teams in round 5 here at the Championship, second FAI World Cup of Indoor Skydiving. Going into the female round next, and 5th place overnight, Poland, Flyspot Chicks. 4th place, Poland, No Mercy. 3rd place, GBR, NFTO. 2nd place, Volition, GBR. 1st place, France, 1 female.
This is going to be good.
It's a big lead, Ray, from 1st to 2nd, 101 points to 111, 10 points gap.
Yeah, I mean, the French girls, when they're a strong team, and they're only going to get stronger.
Yeah. Here they go.
And here we've got the team from Hungary.
Not your march.
Not your march. I asked them what that means.
Yes.
And these girls are just they're just learning the dive pool. They're getting used to flying in the AAA in the senior category. So taking it nice and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, making sure they
just make momentum there.
Build that first point. There you go.
Yeah.
The technique is actually very good. You know, they're keeping it nice and compact. I just think they're getting a bit reaching for grips and not all synchronous, being on and off the grips at the same time.
Have they got a tunnel, do we think, in Hungary?
They do. They have. Do they have one? Yeah. So I fly in it as well.
Right.
So the one in Tatralandia, is that in Hungary? No,
not sure.
That's not Hungary. That's.
If you know, anybody watching the tunnel in Hungary, let us know about that. Jax Parrow joins us on Facebook Live from Germany. Hi, Jax. How you doing? Next up is going to be the Czech ladies.
Yeah, I spoke to one of the Czech ladies yesterday. They're flying with an alternate as well. and they're having an okay meet.
Bit wide at the front there.
Yeah.
For closing.
They said they had some ups and downs yesterday. I think a lot of teams have said that. They have had some good rounds, and I think they had a very poor round 3. But they're hoping to bring it back today.
It's amazing yesterday how the action continued for that 13, 14 hours, whatever it was. Normally, at an event like this, you'll have a few little breaks where you can do interviews with the teams, but there wasn't. I mean, the biggest break we had, I think, was about 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's full-on action all day long.
Yeah, it's a real. It's maybe we can fit something in later on, or I mean, you managed to go and speak to a few teams yesterday.
Yeah, we had 1 half-hour break, and we went to do some interviews just across the road at the hotel, which was quite good.
It was good.
It was full, packed out in there.
It's nice. I think that's where all the teams like to hang out, because they can watch the judging as well as being able to watch the live feed, as well as being able to watch. They have a few screens placed up there, but they've got the creeper pad set up there and some bean bags and things, so they can bring their food and chill out for a little bit and have some quiet time ahead of the rounds.
Brand new creepers as well.
Oh, I need to get on one of those.
Yeah.
Haven't crept in a while.
Flyspot Chicks, Poland. They're going to be next.
I like these girls. I was speaking to them yesterday. I was like, I need to find somebody local who can tell me where to get some sushi from. I was like, yes, thank you.
Fantastic. I want to say a big shout out as well to our handheld cameraman. You can see him just on the right of the screen. He was stood there for 13 hours yesterday following all the events, all the action.
13 hours?
Yeah, it's a heavy camera, you know, to move around, especially with the dynamic, following it around. Incredible. Good effort, man. He's looking good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're
smooth.
Nice and steady. It's their first year in this category, so they're also similar to the Hungarian team, not your March or Flyspot Chicks are just getting used to flying this dive pool.
Yeah.
Getting used to some of the slot switching, getting used to technique of some of the AAA blocks. You can get a little bit excited. I mean, 21 has been in the dive pool since you start out. It's one of the first blocks you actually do.
Yes.
In FS. And because you've been doing it for such a long time, you can get used to it, and you can sometimes forget about the momentum you carry on the close of that block.
Yeah.
And moving on to an 8 can be quite tricky, so these teams have got to watch out for it. Next in, we have Team Volition. Oh, Sparky concentrating there. Sparky likes bubbles. I will tell you a story about that probably later on today.
Oh, I look forward to it. 101 points after 4 rounds. Not a bad average.
Not bad at all. See what they do here. It's a nice entrance into the tunnel.
Yeah.
This is fast out of this.
It's good, isn't it?
See, they're respecting that close of that 21. They're watching. See, Sparky and Nutty have flown opposite each other in many teams through the years. They know each other very well.
Yeah. VMAX back in the day, the first female UK team to win a gold.
This is like clockwork, this is great. And as the meet progresses, this is what happened with a little bit with Wimby as well.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger and bigger. The momentum of the...
Sean based out in the Algarve, and
it's good work from Team Volition.
yeah.
Started off nice and small, it just got bigger towards the end, but they might be out of time, so it's all good.
And Anna Hicks about to move out to Bahrain, to Abu Dhabi, sorry, with a GP out there, joining her husband. Next up, Slovakia Vesace.
Vesace. Stuck yesterday, couldn't remember how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm kind of blagging it a bit. I'm hoping it's right. Yeah, Vesace.
You're doing a good job until you told me you were blagging it.
It's all smoke and mirrors, mate. Here we go.
This is nice entrance into the tunnel, nice first block 8. Oh dear, we bust the bottom of that 21. Would have been some levels there that we probably couldn't have seen from the top camera. Bringing it back. That's it. There's a little bit of momentum on the back piece when they're closing that 21, which is giving them probably some level issues, which is making it quite tricky to close that 21.
We got a message through on Facebook Live from Jean-Philippe. He says, have a lovely day, guys, in the studio. Thanks very much, Jean-Philippe. So if you want to see the actual live stream of the event and all the action in the tunnel, WCIS2016.com is where it's at.
So Team Versailles having a little bit of a...
just overcooking those ends, those stops.
Yeah, but hopefully that's towards the end. Next in, we got Team NFTO.
Your team.
Ow. They ditched me, Regan, come on. Keep calling them my team. They did ditch me last
Yeah, Anna's always there, just sat down ready and waiting to go. I gave her a shout out a little bit earlier, didn't I, on the previous team?
You did.
She's on AFT, of course.
Go.
I'm back now.
Let's see if they can keep up with Volition. Not as good an entrance as Volition, so Volition's looks a little bit smoother. But they're definitely going for it. This is nice work from NFTO. They're going hard now, ramping it up.
Yeah.
Bit of confusion there on the 8s. Missed time between the back piece and the front piece a little bit.
Are this team going to continue next year, Ray?
I don't know, we'll have to ask them later.
Right.
I hope so. They're looking good. They're just, as a team, they've just ahead of the world meet, they brought it together. And it all kind of fell into place and at the right time.
Yeah.
Those 8s are getting a bit wide in the front, but I think that's out of time.
Yeah.
It's good. Smiles all round.
And Volition, they're just a tunnel team, of course. Are they going to continue, do you think? I mean, they should do with that kind of skill level.
Oh, I should hope so. I mean, we've always been talking about it in the UK that we like to keep a cool bunch of flyers, like, keeping their skills up by doing team and events like this.
Yeah.
And this is why I think, I hope they do, and I hope, we have other teams as well that want to come in and keep flying in tunnel meets. So in the tunnel now we have No Mercy from Poland. That was a bit scrappy getting in, but they pulled it off, block 8. Got quick, very whizzy block 8s when they get going.
Yeah. After this, we've got the junior category. 8 teams there for us, and then we've got the 9 teams of VFS. Then a couple of minutes break, and then we're into the Freestyle Open, and some good stories developing there as well.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing with this round is it's the 21s, the block that everybody knows really well that seems to be hosing every team, because it's going to the top of the 8, and if there's any momentum, it's just, or levels on the close of the 21, it is really hurting all these teams. This is No Mercy are pretty much showing us that their blocks, and it's getting messier as the round progresses. This is a more experienced Polish team. There goes No Mercy from Poland. Next up we should have the French ladies team. France Wimby, I believe they're called. Or Wimby.
They are.
Female Wimby. France 1 female Wimby. They must be going through a change of sponsors at the moment. I do love watching these girls fly. Straight off out the door.
Joining us in the studio, our fantastic co-host, Ray. Anna Moxness is here. Yay.
Morning,
Good morning, Anna.
Morning.
I'm going to take a little break, and Anna's going to take my chair for a while. We'll see you later.
They're going for it. And they have the same style Just as I say that, they have the same style as their French Open counterparts. The tail swinging around completely on the close of that 8 to come on for the P. It's great to watch. It's a bit of a sticky round for them, but it's fast nonetheless. France 1. Female Wimby looking very strong. Next in we have the Swedish team, so this will be Team X. I bumped into Asa this morning, asking her how the competition was going. She said ups and downs. Ups and downs. We're getting that a lot from teams. Good morning, Anna.
Hey up, rare. All right.
Nice to see you. Oh, you smell good this morning.
Thank you. It's roses.
Oh. Anna's looking very bright and fresh this morning.
Always look bright and fresh in the morning, eh?
In the moment we have the Swedish team in here.
Go on. Hello, Sweden.
Hello. There's a lot of teams here flying with one person with a different suit or a different helmet, so you can see there's generally like a few alternates floating around and a bit of mixing up of teams.
Okay.
So it makes it pretty tricky if you've trained with a particular set of people to then have somebody else thrown into the mix, either due to injury or holiday commitments or or work commitments, so they can't make it.
Yeah.
But it's still great to see the teams coming and representing.
Great that you're able to do it. It's,
so many people, full-time jobs and still trying to eke out half a point, 1 point a year on their averages. I know, I've been there.
Yeah. They were pretty good.
Yeah. That's this ladies category. It's that was great to see.
They were the last of the ladies?
Last of the ladies.
Oh, is this the French team?
It's the small people now.
Oh, they're really good.
They are.
I was talking a lot about this team last night.
Did you?
Yes, I was quite excited about how brilliant they were.
Unfortunately, they've lost the top spot. France won. They've lost it to the Canadians. The Canadians
Did
Air
they?
Devils are currently
Wow.
at the top.
The president, the prime minister.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like they've been training in Vosvind. They've got effing monkey stickers on the helmet.
So first in, I believe we do have France 1. France Junior 1. They're currently lying in second place, 2 points behind the lead of the Air Devils. And I think it's because the Air Devils had a stonking round 4. They got 24 on round 4. In the France Junior 1, they got 21 on round 4.
Okay.
But I'm sure they'll bring it back.
Still everything to play for.
Exactly. We can have a view of camera 3, the top camera. I'm sure people would like to see. There we go. They are on it in the camera studio today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Morning, camera studio.
They're so fast. So their round is slightly different to the rounds we've just been seeing. Sorry, I should have introduced that. So the junior round for today, this round is K15C. So 2 randoms and a block in the middle. So this is no, that's not the block. I'm waiting for the block. There's a block, Anna.
Okay. Everybody released.
Everybody released, everybody spins.
Cool.
Comes back together.
Is that the definition of a block then? No.
No. I'm going to find you the definition of a block.
Okay.
As you can tell, it's like for 10 years I'm such a sheep.
The judge in me, isn't it? No, but to explain that to me.
Exactly.
What's the definition? I need to see it written down.
See, I just was like, oh, block. Okay, fine, block. Now I know what a block means, and that's it.
That was
I
it.
never actually asked for a definition of it.
This is a block. This is a block.
Yes, Ray Ahmed, Series 4-way FS competitor. Can't actually tell you what a block means. I'm good at this. So this should be the Air Devils, I believe. No, this is Tunnel Vision, Canadian team, that are currently in 3rd place.
Nice.
So the top 4 are separated by 6 points, which might seem a lot in free fly world, but
not so much in
not so much in FS.
What do you think about what's going on in the Open?
Oh, it's tight. It's tight.
Cool, eh?
It's very good. It's
Like
very
it when
good.
It's tight.
Yeah. So we just watched. We watched Hayabusa's round and we watched Wimby's round.
You did?
Yeah.
This morning?
This morning. Round 1, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
And
replays.
Sorry, they're round 5.
Oh, no, of course they've been on this morning.
It's another day. I'll wake up eventually.
I was like, we're watching replays. No.
But it was tight. I mean, Hayabusa got into the tunnel, had a little bit of not the best first few pages, but then Wimby had, towards the end of the round, not so good pages.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what the scoring is like.
You don't bother to kind of try and go too fast today to try and count it up yourself?
I could, but my brain doesn't work.
Doesn't
that
go.
well.
Yeah. No.
I can't. I could sit here and try, but then I'd probably miss the bus and all of it.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit slow, Anna. It's great having you here this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. We should have to find out. So they're already judging that now.
Yeah, they should be judging that.
But
right now.
it's the same, probably exactly the same reason that they don't do live judging is why you don't want to do live judging. It's not really set up for that, is it?
No. But Regan was telling me something quite interesting, that they have the little magnetic stickers on the helmets, on the visors, that trigger an automatic feed to start
the video.
The video.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
I was
That's cool.
super impressed.
Yes, technology.
Yeah,
Should try and lean on it a little more.
I'm old school. I can't even use a Kindle. I have to read proper paper books.
Kindles are more challenging than I would have expected. I think they bit off more than they could chew.
I think this is France Junior 2, and they are currently in 4th place, just behind Tunnel Vision. 2 points behind them, in fact. So you see, they say that this block, that block you just witnessed there, where everybody splits and says, they say try and like build it like a house type of shape, a little bit. So you've got 2 walls and a roof.
Okay.
So
how do the two? Yeah.
So the diagrams will show you that it's a straight line with 4 people catted onto the back of each other, and you turn the cats.
Okay.
But obviously, for visual references of 15, what you want is 2 walls of a house and the roof of a house, so then everybody can see each other as they're turning that 15.
And the legs of the 2 walls don't need to be connected, because as it's drawn a line.
Exactly.
So you cheat it,
Yeah, so you kind of cheat it. For everybody that's watching on the live stream, I'm currently drawing Anna a picture
of a house. So she's drawn me 2 walls,
so hopefully you can see
and
it.
a roof.
There you go, there's a roof.
Ah,
Is it making sense now?
Totally.
Yes.
That's how we do the. We do, when you're doing sequentials, we do little cheats like this, which I'm pretty sure all comes from FS.
Must come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Until you guys figure out a better way of doing it.
Well, we just like to follow and just do it on our heads. Yeah, we're sheep as well. Just do what other people have done before, but just do it on our upside down.
I'm hoping I can sneak into the studio later and ask you loads of questions.
Okay, here's my awkward question list.
They're pretty basic. But they're pretty basic. They're along the lines of, why do you have a leader and somebody that follows?
Okay.
Why does this person do this and this person do that?
Yeah, let's come in for the dynamic.
Yeah, that'd be great. So this is the team that's currently in the lead. This should be the Air Devils. And look, very strong. Another good round from the Air Devils. So next in we have France Junior 3. This is France Junior 3, who are currently in 6th place.
Ooh.
Another one of the academy teams, and all of these teams just look so strong. I watched Amelie with them on the Coopers yesterday.
They look a little older, is that possible?
They may be a little bit older. I think they also might have started a little bit later.
Okay.
You can't tell really. I mean, there's one tall. Their inside centre looks quite tall.
Okay. And when you say the academy teams, is it an actual thing, a French junior academy?
They have a junior academy.
Is there anything else? What's that?
I mean, I think they just, they've always had I think it was an Aerocart sponsored the academy teams originally. And they brought in coaches to commit their time. So Amelie is the team that's currently coaching these guys at the moment. And I'm not entirely sure how it works. It'd be nice to speak to Amelie about it. And just to figure out, like, whether it's government funded. I believe it is government funded as well.
That's
so
awesome.
It's great, isn't it? We need one of these in the UK. I think we've said that quite a lot. Next in, we should have one of two Czech teams. So the Hurricane Factory Cubs. Hurricane Factory, if I can even say that this morning. The Cubs are currently lying in 5th place on 63 points. Are you getting my house now, Anna?
I am. It's really cool. House.
There you go.
Block 13, did you say? No.
15.
50.
That's the top of the block.
I have terrible trouble with that. As with the Joyriders, we trained a lot of Paraclete XP, a lot, and they have obviously lots of really great competitors training there. So they devised a method that we should do all of our lines, but allocate numbers to them, so we can go through each move faster.
That's a good idea.
That was really difficult for me. It was in my head, snake. The snake was number 1, and I was like, 1. Oh, what was that again?
It's funny though, because I do the dive pool, the dynamic dive pool in 4-way, but head up, so I don't do any of the thingy stuff.
Yeah.
I can't do the down stuff yet. And I've learnt to count my way through the lights now, so it's 1, 2, 1, or whatever it is.
Isn't it every time you pass the line?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because I fly 1, so I was also counting the lines to make sure I don't mess up my pattern. And now, so I'm like, 1 is a 1, and 1, 2 past the line, and 1, 1, 3, 1, 7, 1.
So your head explode.
Completely. So I went back to just calling them the numbers.
Really?
The things. Yeah.
It's just they've got long names.
I think that we don't... it's probably because I can't do it, which is why I have this opinion. But we move from point to point in a lot less time.
Yeah.
In a lot more time than you go from point to point. So by this time you said, what's the name of something, a cat or a
catachord.
A catachord, you already should have moved on to the next thing. But by the time I've said snake, I haven't finished a snake.
Okay, so you can go snake.
However, if I removed that from my mind as a limitation and just made numbers, maybe I could, and I would have done the snake.
Brilliant. So in the tunnel now, we've currently got the Hurricane Factory Flies. And they are currently in last place on 43 points. I think they had a poor round 8 for them. Poor round 3, sorry. You can tell they're really concentrating, looking at each other. Determined looks on faces. It's great to see so much concentration for people that are so small.
Awesome.
So Hurricane Factory Flies. Next in we should have the Vosvin girls.
Yeah.
There you girls.
There my girls. Had a bit of a tough day yesterday, so they will be excited to get in and prove themselves this morning.
So one of them forgot to put their booties on yesterday.
I know.
And that smile on her face, so she's like, I'm sorry.
I know.
She forgot to put, and I was like, if you're going to do that, everybody doesn't put their booties on, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But she was still smiling.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Such a nice bunch of girls. Very smiley.
And they've had the new lineup change as well, so I think it's the first competition for the new girl.
Yeah, because I believe one of them, was it reached the age of 17 or potentially, she got...
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Can't compete in the juniors anymore. And I think this is the first year that they're flying with booties as well. So it doesn't surprise me that one of them just forgot to put them on.
Yeah.
If you're not used to it, you're not used to it.
I think they're learning a lot, and that's block.
See?
Yay,
I've taught Anna something today. So excited.
It's quite difficult to teach
Fist pumps going on in the studio.
And they're doing good.
They are. Taking it nice and slow. There's none of the panic that they had yesterday, so this is good. Good work from Vosvin girls. That's the junior category.
They're all flying dynamic now as well, in between their training.
I can imagine. That's perfect.
How good is that?
So next up we should be having the VFS, which is quite interesting.
Dun, 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 Gregor.
Yeah. So this round for the VFS is 10-4-15, which I understand is Boule Bill, Chain Gang, and Biolepi. So this is basically, I think, the first block 10, has got two members in sit, 2 in a head down, and the 2 pieces split and turn a 360. And then in the chain gang you have 2 head up, 2 head down, and the head up and the head down are opposite each other. And I believe the head up moves the head down and the head down moves the head up.
Okay.
And then in the 15, which is a bipole Biolepi can't even pronounce it. Probably not pronouncing it properly. If anybody wants to send me a message to say, what are you talking about, Ray? Please do. And they...
Ding, 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 ding. Ray's phone is blowing off the hook.
This is very similar. The 15 is very similar to a 14 in FS. So you have 2 people head down out facing and 2 people in facing head down, and they each turn a 540. So the out facers become in facers and the in facers become out facers.
Look at that.
So when I spoke to some members of SEC Core yesterday, they said they're really glad that they had a straight up, there were no slot switches with the 15 in it, because it can get very confusing.
Okay.
Having 540 in face, out face, then all of a sudden you've got 2 people in facing in the centre, and you have a slot switch as well. So they're quite pleased that these 3 blocks have come together.
So is it a fast draw?
It is. It's relatively fast because they have this. The slot switches that they have, I believe, are in. There's a double slot switcher that switches them out of it, if you see what I mean. So they think it's a relatively fast draw. I mean, if you look at the scores that we've had so far, like 33 from SDC Core, 38, 34, 27, and even like if you go to the middle of the pack, like the Canadian team, they're 24, 27. They're averaging like 24.
Wow, cool.
It's quite high.
That's a lot. They look like they do okay there,
Elements. From Belgium.
So, okay, it's Finland, and so second place at the moment is Fly Station.
That's right, the Russian team. But it's all pretty tight. I mean, like between the 3rd and 4th, between the Golden Knights are catching Flyspot definition now. So there's only 2 points between them.
There's Core getting ready.
So you said you had a couple of these girls were on your, was this the Imperia? They were out in Imperia doing...
Yeah, they girls came to our women's world record camp.
How many are you hoping to do this year?
I have no idea.
Is it going to be big?
We would like to make it as big as we can. So the record's around 60, so bigger than 60.
That's awesome.
That's the aim. Yeah, it's a really, really, really cool event.
How many like organisers do you have for something like that?
It's like 5 or 6 of us, I think.
And do you each have like, is it the same as the FS, a big way? You have plane organisers and captains and things?
We have like Amy, Jemmy and Sarah Curtis, the main organisers. And then me, Domi, Sharon. Melissa Nelson as well.
Very
and
cool.
Melanie Curtis usually comes down to help us. So yeah, it's a really nice group of girls.
Good vibes.
Oh, insane good vibes.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the 2 Finns there, they did really, really well, so hope they'll come over.
They did a pretty good job on that round as well, so it's pretty cool. Next in, we have your friends, SDC
Hey, cool.
My friends too now.
Yeah, the cuties. J. Russ. Serious.
It's really nice actually. He was looking for the Polish team. I think one of the Polish teams, just to point out that they had an issue with they got a few busts, and he wanted to tell them it's a quick fix. I just want to tell you what it is. He was like looking for them, hunting for them. Really nice guy.
Little cutie.
The ice is super fast, eh?
Oh. Oh.
There it goes, out face to in face.
They make VFS look cool.
They do. Makes me want to go and do it.
Yeah.
Okay, just need to get from head up back to head down, back to head. Yeah, okay. Work on that. SDC Core making it look easy. They're pretty good.
It's nailed it.
Oh, I'm guessing for about 30 points.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Internal clock, internal.
And it's ticking.
Yeah. Maybe late 20s.
Late.
Okay, so that was SDC Core. So next in, we should have
Canadians.
the Canadians, who are currently in. I have too many pieces of paper. Who are currently in 5th place.
I was coaching at these guys' drop zone last year, and they are so nice.
Really?
So super friendly drop zone.
Right, where? This is Toronto.
Yeah.
Is there one of the girls here flying the dynamic as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked good.
Yeah. It's cool.
I was like, there's hope for me yet.
Definitely. I'm excited to see you in your first competition, Ray.
Yeah, you might be waiting a few years.
Right. Got time.
Sorry, I'll send you a message as soon as it happens.
No, we'll meet in the doorway, head to head. First battle.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Brilliant.
When commentators go crazy.
Commentators go fly.
These guys are looking pretty quick.
They are. It's amazing. Super talented. Can like do the VFS and the dynamic.
I think it helps. I think to be a faster VFS flyer, it can only assist your flying if you can fly dynamic as well.
It's one of those things. It's one of the things I'm learning when I'm learning to free fly is that you concentrate on one thing and something else goes. It's like, yeah, I'm not particularly good at anything, but as soon as something goes, I have to go back to the something. Like, oh, my head up flying is now rubbish again, so I must go back to that.
I think that it's just the process of learning. Is you think that it goes, but actually what happens is your standards raise. You know.
Fair point.
How you used to do that is no longer acceptable.
This is very true. This is very true. Like everybody's like, oh, you know, when you're flying on your head, it's all going to be great. And I'm like, yeah, but now when I come back and I transition and I'm popping up in the tunnel, I would like to be able to be strong.
Yeah.
Head up.
Yeah. Yeah, head up's hard.
So at the moment, we should have... Who have we got in the tunnel? I've lost my sheet. The Polish team. Team Avsum.
Yeah, a little bit of a
wobble
there.
So Team Avsum are currently lying in 8th place, averaging just over 18.
Nice.
I mean, some of the averages that you're looking at here are like, you know, higher than a lot of the FS teams, the flat teams.
Cool.
You're just thinking, I guess it's easier if you're on your head to turn things a little bit faster. That's pretty cool. That was good. A little bit of a wobble, as mentioned, from Team Avsum, but they do have a very cool name. Next in, we should have another one of your teams, the Golden Knights. Who are snapping at the heels now. There's only 2 points.
So can they make podium if they have a good rest of the meet? Come on, boys.
It's between them and Flyspot Definition, the Polish team.
Who I also really like. I like everybody though, so it's difficult.
Do they all like you?
Probably not.
Looking good. You said somebody mentioned that they had a new person has filled in a slot, or a relatively new member.
Yeah, they've had quite. I was speaking to John yesterday, and they said they've had quite a few lineup changes.
Look quick.
He was also telling me that they're going full time next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I like the way they were going quite hard in the beginning, and they've slowed it down a fraction.
Yeah.
Which is, you can see that in the FS. I can now actually see it in the VFS. It's scary.
What do you mean, the pace?
Yeah.
So they go out hard.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they went out really hard, and you can just see them like bringing it back a little bit, dialing it in just a fraction.
Okay.
And I don't know whether that's is consciously they're doing it, or whether it was just slightly over the line and they had to bring it back a little bit.
Okay. But is that something that you train to do, or?
It's something that you can train to do in the FS world, definitely. I mean, I'm sure the VFS guys do it as well. So if you go over that line and all of a sudden the grips are getting really sloppy and things are getting big, you want to bring everybody back to a point where the brain can process what you're doing. Yeah. Slow it all down a little bit and then ramp it up again.
Yeah. Okay. So the point is you want to kind of pick up the pace through the jump rather than go out of the gate hard and be like, ah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. It's like building up that pace and ramping it up. Because you can't sustain that level of flying for the whole 35, 45 seconds.
Okay. Cool.
These are the Russians.
Ruskis.
It's really good. So we have the top camera footage now. So everybody at home that is watching the VFS should be very pleased that they've got this camera shot consistently.
I think Mr. Rigi T is here. He's missing you, darling.
Is he?
Yes, I can see it in his eyes.
Team Fly Station VFS. Looking good. They're currently lying in second place, just over averaging over a 30, and 11 points behind SDC Core. Team Fly Station VFS. Next in, we should have a Polish team, Skyriders, who are currently in. Oh yes, Christian and Anna's love child, the Skyriders. Half are Skywalkers and half are Joyriders. Good name. He's hoping they live up to that name. So we've got the Skyriders from Poland. So this team is a family unit, as I understand. There's father and son, and they train here. And they're growing with confidence as every round progresses, which is good to see. Watching teams like this is quite good for me. It means I can actually see what's going on. You can see what's going on with the levels. It's not so fast, so I can actually compute.
Just a little correction we've got from earlier. Team Sky Dragons, they're from Slovenia, not Slovakia. Slovenia. So I'll write that on the sheets, and then we can. It's just the three-letter code is SLO, so it's a bit of a guess. So it's Slovenia, not Slovakia, for Sky Dragons.
Skyriders there. Next in, we have the team in third place, Flyspot Definition, but only by a couple of points. The Polish team, two Polish teams in the VFS, which is good to see. No, three Polish teams, sorry. Which, that's pretty strong flying.
Yeah, have some Skyriders and Flyspot Definition.
Flyspot Definition. Not going as fast as the Golden Knights, but it could just be slow and steady. The Golden Knights seem to have a little bit more zip to them, but these guys seem very smooth with their flying. It's almost mesmerizing to look at. They don't seem to be, they don't want to be rushed. They're just nice, smooth flying. Be interesting to see how those results pan out between Flyspot Definition and whether the Golden Knights can catch them.
Yes.
That's a VFS.
Well, that was great. Good action. Good morning's work already. Round 5 of the FS has been completed. And the round, is it round 5 of VFS as well? Isn't it?
That's
so
right.
all that round 5s of formation skydiving is done. Very good morning to you if you're watching worldwide on the live stream. This is the World Cup of Indoor Skydiving 2016. Been joined in the studio this morning for that round 5 by Ray Ahmed. Thank you very much, Ray. She'll be back with us very soon for round 6. In the meantime, we're going to be switching over to the artistics, and we'll be starting off the action this morning with the open in the freestyle. Anna Moxis will be joining us in the studio in about 4 minutes time, but just to give you an idea of what's been happening overnight, in 5th place, Maya, the brand new Red Bull sponsored athlete, is currently in 5th place with 25.2 from Poland. 4th place overnight, Germany, Rafa Schwager with 25.5. The top 3 now, Czech Republic, Martin Dedek, 25.6 points after 3 rounds. And Leo was in the lead after round 2. That's switched up now. He's down into 2nd place with 26.5. Taking the overnight lead, the queen of freestyle, Inka Tito, Finland, 26.6. It's going to be a big day of action here. We've had some of these freestyle people with music, some of them without. We've seen some great moves. Can Maya make it back into the top 3? We'll find out very shortly indeed. Ray, thanks for joining us for the FS. We'll be back with that later. Freestyle, Junior and Open is coming our way in the next couple of minutes' time. We are here live in studio. Back to the Red Bull studio. The action has started already, Anna.
Oh, it looks like Sylvia is already in the tunnel. Okay, so this is the round 4 of Freestyle Open, and this is Sylvia. She had a pretty good day yesterday. We were really, really pleased to see her flying. Beautiful presentation. Unfortunately, I don't quite hear her music today in the studio. I'm hoping you guys do, so I can just let you enjoy it.
So it's the fourth round. Sylvia, yes.
Yes.
Ah, there's music.
There we go. Fantastic. Looked like she had a good performance there. And so Sylvia yesterday finished the day off in 11th place. She had a 7.6 for her free routine and a 6.9 for her compulsories. So with the 7.6, it's the person that she's chasing is Olga.
Yes.
But Olga's on a 7.8, so it might be difficult for Sylvia to catch Olga there. Next in the tunnel is Jamie, representing the UK, Jamie Arnold. And he had some Don't Stop Me Now music.
He did. You can see his headphones there, so we should have the music coming through from Jamie. We'll hear it on the live stream, and we'll hear it on the floor as well. And Jamie will hear it too, and that is what he's performing to.
Excellent.
Cracking days today, Anna, with the freestyle.
It is. It was really exciting overnight. We've got a big battle at the top there between Leo and Inca.
Yeah.
Inca pulled away by 0.1 of a point.
Yes, 26.5, 26.6.
6, exactly. Go for it, Jamie. I really enjoy his pointy-toed little spin at the end there and his bow exit.
Yes.
I think that's really cool. So Jamie yesterday shows you the level that we have performing here at the Open. It's he finished the day on 12th, and he got a 7.5 for that routine.
Yes, indeed. We've got some hot news off the press, Anna, in the formation skydiving. It was 1 point in it. Hayabusa had 1 point above France. And now, on that last round, round 5, France got 25, Hayabusa 24. So now it's neck and neck after 5 rounds. 145 points each, both with a 29 average, which is incredible.
Oh, I just got a little bit of shivers. So cool is that? Right, so it's on in freestyle, it's on in 4-way open, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be on in dynamic later as well.
It is indeed. Raf's next, Germany, overnight in 4th place.
I know, he's going to be battling for that 3rd place, trying to knock Martin off the podium there.
Yes.
So they had a difference of 8.6 was Martin's first routine, 8.4 was Rafa's, 8.7 was Martin's second, 8.4 was Rafa's. So it's going to be hard to change the free routine scores, it seems. That might have a lot to do with the music overlay that I think we can discuss later.
Yes.
He's had some arguments with the judges.
Has he?
But he can always pull it back in round 5. Today's round 5 is going to be very important for these guys. This is Raphael from Germany. There we are, Rafa. I think he gave a little bit of a belly wave there.
He did.
Apparently, some of the judges may have penalised him yesterday for different parts of his routine.
Why?
He has a little free, like a free section, I think, where he kind of interprets it a little bit. Yesterday, he did kind of a Leo freestyle.
That's right, I saw that, yeah.
So I'm not sure that if they were so keen on it.
Why?
I find it quite entertaining.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think he was not happy about the, so many teams having music.
Right. Raphael wasn't?
No, because he didn't choreograph his routine to music.
Right.
So then, before the competition started, he got a track to lay on top, and it's fitted really well, and it's really great with the music. So, but there's been some contention there between.
It is in the FAI rules that they're allowed to do that if they want to, aren't they? They can have music in it.
Yes. So, I wonder if we'll update those rules to be actually with or without. It's not optional.
Yeah.
So everybody's on the same playing field.
It's a bit kind of vague at the moment, isn't it?
Seems to be. Well, it's not vague. It's just it's the performer's choice.
Yes. Yes.
So.
It was for the first World Championships in Prague that the use of music was included in the rules.
Oh, we have Tom.
Here's Tom. Bit of a...
I really like this style of the routine, like the slow flying with the dubstep. It's really cool. And Tom yesterday, finished the day in 7th place. He's our super spinner. There it is. Boom.
Yes.
Nice. Really, really cool routine. Like high technicality, good use of music.
Yes.
He's, we've spoken about it yesterday, a little sloppy sometimes in the exits of the tricks, but he's definitely going to be a super cool contender for the future, especially with the speed on his spins.
Yeah, he's fast. We call him the fast spinner, don't we?
We do. Mm.
Here's your little prodigy.
Cutie patootie. I wish she was my prodigy. I think I would try to be hers.
Yeah.
Amelie.
Your home country.
My home. Fra Norge. Hi, Amelie. So, Amelie is actually currently on 13th place.
Yes.
She did a 7.2 on her first free routine and a 7.1 on her second and a 7.5 for her compulsories. So her compulsories are ranking above some of the other guys, but she's got the lowest for the free routine score at the moment, which again shows you how high the level of this open is.
It's so close, isn't it, really, when you look at the point difference. 25.6 at the top, 21.8 at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of good skills.
I was very, very proud of her yesterday. It's her first big competition, and she flew, like, she's had the highest score on her round one, which is usually when you're feeling the most pressure. Yeah. And she went out and she flew better than she's ever flown. So,
thumbs are up.
We have a real strong competitor for the future there, I think.
Yes. Does she not have music to this
She
one?
doesn't have music, no. And it's supposed to not affect the scores.
Mm-hmm. It's nice that she puts the curly ball into the routine.
So I found out yesterday that she was a freestyle mogul skier before tunnel flying as well.
Yeah, I was asking, wasn't I, if she had some kind of a gymnastic background?
So she did
freestyle moguls, wow.
Yeah, and We were speaking yesterday about why she gave up, and she said, well, she never really liked the landings of the tricks.
Right.
So she was hard on your knees and always hitting the ice, and she's like, what can I do if I don't want to land? I can fly.
Yes.
So now she flies.
Right, Mikhail.
Current outdoor world champion, 2 times world champion in free fly. Our friends from the Tunnel Rats. We are hoping that we're gonna go over to do an event with them this summer in Russia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, myself and the rest of the Zion boys.
You have a lot of different projects coming up, don't you, with your...
Me, never.
Is it Team Edge? Is it Edge or something? Or?
As the event company.
Right.
And that's been going since 2008.
Is that your company?
Yeah, mine and Christian.
Right. Is it The Edge or is it Edge?
The Edge.
The Edge.
We did a lot of events under that now.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it on the DL.
DL?
Down low.
Not now.
Mikhail. Oh.
That was a lot of moves.
Wow. Wow.
Very good.
So that was, I'm pretty sure, a different song to yesterday.
Yeah, it was,
And
absolutely.
I think that may have been a different routine as well.
Yes, we've not seen that. Those spins and tumbles.
That was, he fit plenty into his time there.
Yeah.
Not completely executed all the way through. But yeah, that's Mikhail.
So I was looking at this morning, Maya's Facebook profile popped up and she said, oh, I'm ill again. Great. So she's kind of feeling a bit under the weather, it sounds.
Dear. Yeah.
You know, she's obviously not happy with her performance of being 5th place overnight. Let's see if she can pick it up a little bit now.
Yeah, yeah.
Prepare for another viral video.
Right.
Olga just sat behind her there in this. I really like this new colours of Olga, this orange and the white.
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful.
I think for Maya, I think the standings are as they should be for what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she... it's some really tough compulsories as well to be flying against.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of experienced competitors there. On Maya's compulsory, which is now in round 5 later today as well, we should see some people change in the table. I'll explain after. Maya representing Poland. Cute. Awesome. I really like to watch her fly. It gives me like goosebumps all over.
Yeah,
really cool.
It kicks in the emotional response, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's a really amazing performer. I think she's losing. Some of her moves there, they're taking her out of view, and it doesn't look like it's on purpose to add effect. It looks like she's gaining too much lift through some of the spins, and maybe she's losing some points there.
We talked a bit about that yesterday, about some of these performers are going out of view on purpose.
On purpose, yeah.
Yes.
And then popping back in and throwing a trick. So actually, one of them is Olga, so I really hope we get to see her exit today.
Yes.
So if we see it just from the front, we should be able to see what she's trying to show us with that exit there.
So heads up in the gallery, we want to get that front view, don't we? Just that front view all the way through.
Especially for the end of this routine.
Yeah, for the end of the routine especially.
So Olga, representing Russia. One of our favourites in the gallery, in the studio.
Yes. Yeah, we love them all. Especially, I mean, Olga is just such a lovely person. She's very understated, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's
a honey badger. She's Russian.
Oh, I meant to look at the video. I forgot. I knew there was something I meant to do. Look at the honey badgers. No music.
No music.
So let's try and keep this shot all the way through. That's what we want to do. There we go.
Yeah.
Superhero landing.
So she echoes that part of the routine at the end as well. The popping out of frame, smashing down as a superhero.
Yes. So we want to stay on this shot now to the end.
So she starts to go a little high on the glass there, and I would say that's not as intentional to show that. You want to be more in the center of the tunnel. Okay.
Stay there.
Yeah. Oh, she missed the... I thought she was doing a spin before she went out the door.
Yesterday.
Yeah, but maybe not. There we are, Olga.
Olga Bakaluna, Russia, halfway through the pack of the Open in the freestyle. Very good morning if you're watching on the world feed. Over 7,000 people we had at one point watching yesterday.
Cool.
The second FAI World Cup of Indoor Skydiving. Here live from a beautiful sunny day in Warsaw, Poland. It's great, fantastic location. It's incredible, really. The hotel, 15 meters away from the wind tunnel. The facility and award-winning architectural design. Great environment, good food. Flyspot, Poland. Get yourself down here, guys. This is definitely one to visit. Have you flown in this tunnel yet, Anna?
Not yet.
Are you going to be getting some before you leave?
I do love to get some before I leave. I am hoping that I get to fly on Saturday.
Right. What day is this now? It's
Saturday, the 15th of October.
Today's the Friday.
Jacob.
Jacob's on.
Yeah, rocking out in the studio here.
Nice, we're going for it this morning.
Jacob from Hurricane Factory. Oh, so next up now we have Andres from Hungary.
Yeah.
I had this routine and this song going round and round in my head last night.
Is it that the track with the? I like it. Yes.
Ice skating kind of.
That's
routine.
the one. Yes.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Like I really like his style. It's the mix for me.
It's like kind of a Russian ballet type. It's got that kind of.
He's also got that Russian look.
Yeah.
He's like.
And we know he's Hungarian.
Yes,
People don't write in saying he's not. We know that, but it's that kind of part of the world. It's got that kind of
intensity.
Swan Lake type. It's got that kind of big production type thing. You'll see what I mean very shortly.
Yeah, it's awesome. So it definitely made a really lasting effect on me because I. Thought about it most of the night.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's the beauty of what we're seeing, isn't it? Is crossing the border between pure sport and performance.
It's artistics.
Artistics, exactly. Perfect word. Music, please.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
So I think it was not as clean as it was yesterday.
No.
It seemed like he had to make the one of the entrances, the part of the entrance, a little shorter.
Yeah.
So when he reached down through his legs, that was just for like half a second, and it seemed a little off kilter to yesterday.
And a little bit of timing on the exit as well with the music.
Somebody did tell us yesterday that maybe we're not hearing the music with the right
with the picture.
Synchronization with the picture, so it could be that.
Yeah, we do have some of our cameras are going through a judging system, I think, which gives them a bit of lag. I think camera, from what we can see in the studio, camera 6 is real time, isn't it? Maybe the other ones are just a little bit behind. I think camera 1's a second behind, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, it's beautiful, good. I mean, what a privilege to be here to witness this, Anna.
How lucky are we?
The birth of a new way of competing, really, which we started off a couple of years ago with the music added to freestyle in Austin with Lise. One of the first people to do it, wasn't she?
Yeah. Okay, this is Martin with his awesome entrance.
Love
did you see that little point and a kiss?
Yeah.
Oh, cutie. Okay, so he's battling for his 3rd place. And he's battling against Rafa. But his free routine is being scored higher.
I love this track. Yeah. Yes. Oh, there it is again, the little kiss. Wow. I mean, that is class. That head down on the net and then just straight out the door from that. Beautiful, Anna.
It's pretty cool.
Kill.
Wow. So.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got Leo and Inca, and then we've got the juniors coming as well.
Who are also doing amazingly. But this is what most people are talking about right now.
Yeah.
Leo and Inca.
Yes.
So yesterday I said, told you so, that second free routine, he changed it.
Yeah.
didn't really give us as much technicality as he had in the first, but it was very, very heavy on the performance.
Yes.
He didn't score so high.
No.
So Inca stole her lead back.
She's back by 1/10 of a point. Leo in second place now after 3 rounds, 26.5. Inca at the top, 26.6.
So now it's very pivotal. Will Leo bring his full performance routine? Will he bring a completely different one, or will he do the same one as he did on the first round?
And he's got a choreographer with him.
Yes, who I believe is also his partner.
Yeah. He's an interesting character.
He's awesome.
Intense. Unique.
I really enjoy and appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think that his first free routine was really a great balance of what he needed to impress the judges, plus his own performance, personality coming through.
I mean, yesterday, that last thing we saw from him was like a stage show, wasn't it?
Yes, and this is not a... This is a competition.
Yes. Here we go. What have we got now?
Oh, something completely different.
Again.
Awesome. Nice.
Wow.
Wow, that was cool.
So we talked about the performance weighed up against the technicality. Was it all there, Anna?
He had both there, for sure. A little, in some sections, maybe a little less than the technicality on the first routine.
Yeah.
He did some new spins that I've never seen before, kind of like when you see a ballet dancer do this.
Yes.
I'm not sure what it's called in ballet, but he was like piked and spinning on an angle.
And he had the spin
Exactly,
with his arms.
his
above
arm up,
the
exactly.
The ballerina look.
So I wonder if that was kind of a tip of the cap to... Oh, you're right, Vegan.
I'm a bit emotional,
Yeah.
Anna.
So to some ballet choreography.
Yeah.
But he's also changing his routines, which for
Every
me,
time.
it weighs heavier as well then. He's put a lot of effort to come to this
Yeah.
competition.
Well, the queen of freestyle prepares. Inca Tito, Freestyle Open, Finland. Wow. What an ending. What do you think, Anna?
Really, really good. I still preferring.
Well,
I don't know if it's the music or completely the performance. She's got
Yes.
different sections of very different style, technicality in there.
Yes.
She really leans, I think, or a lot to her yoga background.
Yes.
So she has a lot of stretch moves in there. So
incredibly beautiful, graceful.
Very, very powerful routine.
Yes.
Like from the very, very beginning and the beginning and ending.
That ending with holding the feet and spinning and then out the door as well.
Really.
And then before that, Leo, though, he comes in and he's got the nodding in the door and then he stops in the middle of the net, bows, and I think it's going to be another full-on performance with a bit weak on the technical side. And then he starts throwing in some spins like he's in a blender.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really glad I'm not judging it.
Yes.
Because it's very difficult, but I would lean towards Inca right now.
The judges, they have no communication between them. No, it's all separate. They decide them on their own, or do they talk about how they're going to judge it? Or
no, they set down their scores.
Yeah.
And I think that they do then have, they look at the scores overall before they finally present them.
Right.
If somebody's completely off, they'll need them to explain their score.
Wow, well, it's been an incredible morning so far, and we've got many, many more hours to come. Probably about another 12 hours of entertainment for you, ladies and gentlemen, here on the second day. Thanks for joining us.
You know where to find me. I'm still in your dreams, so open your eyes now. Follow me. Let's fly.
Welcome. the WCIS 2016 Animoxus Regan Tetlow bringing you the freestyle action. Incredible, intense half an hour we've just had.
That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. It's going to be really tight at the top there. Inca had a 9.0 on her first round.
Yeah.
Leo had a 9.2. And that was the one we thought, yeah, he mixed and gave the judges everything that they wanted to see. Inca's score went up on her third round, and she had a 9.3. So the judges obviously getting into that routine more,
Yes.
maybe seeing more things they didn't before. And Leo's score dropping down to the 8.8 after he did the more show routine.
Yes.
I think for scoring of round 4, they're going to be a lot closer on their scores. So that means everything's going to hang on round 5 for them today for the compulsories.
It's a good point you make there. Inca keeping the same routine. The judges probably spotting more things, getting warmer to it.
Yeah.
Leo changing it. Every routine different. It's a different game, isn't it?
It can go both ways. I think it's great that people change their routine, but if you change it to something that's not as impressive maybe as your first one,
Right.
but that's the risk you take.
Yes.
And yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. It's going to be a real fight at the top, and it's going to go down to the compulsories.
Talking of fights, we've got some information in now. Let me just give you some results from the formation skydiving we saw this morning in round 5. Big battles in place. At the top in the open, we've got Hayabusa and France in neck and neck, 145 points. In the juniors, we've got 2 teams tying for 3rd place, France and Canada. Canada with the tunnel vision and France Junior 2. And then 2 teams tying for the top place, Air Devils and France Junior 1. So Canada and France neck and neck for 1st and 2nd place. Well, 1st and 3rd place, should I say. So that's going to be incredible, intense battle. We'll see a bit more of that in half an hour.
The Air Devils there, they are also, 2 of their members are competing in the junior freestyle.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic of them. They're doing both junior freestyle and junior FS4.
And we're going to that now. 3rd place overnight, Amy Watson. 2nd place, Andrei Sodek. And 1st place, Kira Pau. Here we go. Amy Watson.
The wonderful Amy Watson. One of Inca's students.
Is there any music to this one?
From yesterday, I think not.
No.
So overnight standings, Amy was lying in 3rd place.
25 points. So 3rd to 1st, 2 points in it.
So she's going to be battling to keep her 3rd place. There's 0.2 between her and 4th.
Yes. Spent a bit of time in Poland now. She was here competing at the Polish Open. She won that in the junior freestyle a couple of weeks ago. It looks like a mini Inca.
She does. Nice.
Wow. Such a maturity of performance and of personality as well.
Yeah.
She's only 11 years old. In interviews, she comes across really eloquent and polite. Incredible, really.
She is fantastic, and
Yeah.
she's such a well-managed young lady.
Yes.
Good parents.
When I was 11,
No.
I was useless.
Me too.
I'm still pretty useless now. All right, Matthew's next, Canada.
Yeah, so Matthew is who we were just talking about, Matthew and Malachi. They're battling for the 1st place over there in the 4-way
Yes.
FS.
And these are very well-spoken young gentlemen as well.
They are fabulous. Prime Minister of Canada.
That's right. I interviewed him yesterday over
You
in the chill out area, and he's just really effervescent and
Yeah.
you know he's energy and
Effervescent.
yes,
It's a fantastic word.
it's like an Alka-Seltzer.
But he's an Alka-Seltzer for this time in the morning.
Yeah, there he is,
There
look.
he is. Bless.
Yeah, he's ready. He says. That moustache on his helmet. Go.
Nice music.
Waking up to ash and dust.
track as well.
Yeah. It's a very good track, isn't it?
Yeah. So it looked pretty on par with what he was doing yesterday, maybe a little tighter. So I think we can expect around the same scores.
Right. What's the scoring system from how does it go up to? What's the numbers on the scores? Is it 100 or is it 10 or
10.
1 to 10?
1 to 10.
Yeah.
So next up is Malachi, his teammate.
Also with a mustache.
Both Matthew and Malachi got a 7.5 for their free routine.
Yeah.
And then on 7th place, so the next place above them is an 8.1. So that's quite a gap to catch on a free routine.
So all the scores are taken from the judges and divided by how many judges. Is that how it works?
There's 5, and then they remove the highest and the lowest.
Right.
And we keep the middle.
Yeah. That's fair.
I got this feeling.
We like this one.
Sunshine in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for Sharon.
Nice start as well.
Baby, when I turn it on, off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights, when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance.
We're rocking out in the studio here this morning, Anna.
If only Sharon knew how much we were dancing to that, she would be so proud of us.
Incredible. It's a World
Yes.
Cup of Indoor Skydiving 2016. We're having the best time ever. And this is some of the best freestyle flying you are ever going to see, ladies and gentlemen.
Kira's next.
Yes, she is. Look at her dancing away. Woohoo.
So the girls yesterday
Yeah.
were the big talk.
Yes.
They killed it.
Blue, that 105.556.
In the
Nobody
two-way.
could get anywhere near them.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
So awesome to see. I think these girls rock.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how they go for the rest of the competition. It looks like Kira she's solidly in front at the moment for the junior freestyle.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to see her routine.
9, 9, and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a new routine? Did we see that yesterday?
I think it might be different.
I think it is, because that soundtrack's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And maybe the suit as well.
Yes, because it was a white suit yesterday.
I think so, yeah.
Everybody's changing it up
I
on us.
know, they're trying to confuse. That was incredible, though.
The speed of the spins, and I can't get my head around how difficult that must be.
Yeah, that gave me kind of a martial arts feel.
Had that kind of oriental kind of taste to it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Singapore.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Incredible. We're having a good time here, Anna.
I know.
Best seat in the house.
Always.
So very shortly, I've got to leave you and go down to the studio floor, to the tunnel floor, and do some live interviews, with exit interviews with these guys.
Don't leave me.
When do I don't want to leave. I don't want to miss the footage.
Okay, next up we have Lucas from Hungary. And he's performing to the soundtrack of Tron. Well, that was a great performance there from Lucas, representing Hungary. Hello, Ray.
Hello, Anna.
How's it going?
This is brilliant.
We've been allowed in the studio on
Together.
our own. Da, da, da. Okay, so this is junior freestyle.
I've just been watching from
You
downstairs.
have? Yes.
Amy Watson.
I know. Oh,
I love her suit.
right.
And she's
Snow
just
leopard.
so elegant.
I know.
How old is she, like?
I think like 11. Oh, wow. Apparently, she's been flying with, she's got like a big boy band crush, and the boy band came to the tunnel in Sydney, so she got to fly with them. And then she went to see them at another concert thing and went for a signing. And one of the boy bands was saying, "Hey, look, it's your favourite flyer," when she was up getting her autograph signed. And so I was like, "Oh, it's so cute, talking to her dad about it." And he's like, "Yeah, until they come knocking at the door."
Oh, yeah, fair point. Very fair point. Brilliant.
Yeah, so she's a little superstar. And next up, we have Caitlin Cummings from the USA. Caitlin, a very talented performer.
Do you think the music, having an overlay of music, is better or worse? Or it's one of my questions for you, Anna.
Yeah, it's it obviously adds another element if you have music, but I really respect the people who've chosen to not put it in just to drop it on the top, but rather to choreograph their routine to it. So if you're in the game for more than one competition, then I understand why you want to do it properly.
Fair enough. It all looks very technical to me.
Me too.
You think there's anything in particular the judges are looking for? Are they looking for...
They're looking for technicality and presentation, a flow of all the moves. So you don't want to be, if you have that feeling when you're watching somebody that's just a continuous flow of one movement and you're always flying on a line, for example. So if you could see me now, I'm kind of with my hand being a conductor. So it's
I like
nice,
it. I like
this. Yeah. But then if you get that kind of jaggedy stop-start, that's going to take away
I've
from
noticed
the
that
film
in the freestyle, in the open, there's a lot of different styles.
Yes,
like
there is. It's almost room for 2 competitions, I would say, but we'll see how it goes. I don't think that it should be separated by gender, but I think possibly there's room for it to be separated in style somehow. But we'll see what happens.
like rock music and ballads.
Exactly.
2 categories.
2 categories. And then you go where you want to go.
Brilliant.
Maybe if we had just a true performance category,
Yeah.
what direction that could push it in. So this is Matteo from France. And he's been at a few competitions before, and you can see how much he's improved. It's really fantastic. He trains at Windor in Spain,
Oh, yeah.
where
Noticed
we've
them.
spent some time
We have together.
over the years.
A few here and there.
Regan and I just worked out, it's 12 years since we started working together there.
12 years.
12 years.
Like, that's the age of some of these flyers.
I know, it's ridiculous. Damn it, I didn't look at it like that.
I like his suit.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to like greens and blues on white? It just looks nice.
It's good. Oh, a little bit of a pop out, pop in effect.
Is that tricky to do?
No, not particularly. He's flying really great. That's a great performance. I think with this pack, for him to be further up in the pack, you'd need to remove a lot of that carving. Like the last section of the routine there is just carving.
Right.
So yeah, a carve is just something that you do to link parts together,
Right,
really.
okay.
Or to build up speed into a move, you know. So, next we have Alexandra from Poland. She has some really cool routine. She's currently lying in 4th, and she's a great flyer, really strong and technical.
Is she a Flyspot flyer?
Looks like it.
Nice colours.
Yes.
Oh, I was sitting down next to her
Yeah.
yesterday. We were talking about, she was talking to me about, you know, are you a judge? Do you know what I should do? I'm like, because I had a badge on. She's like, oh, you know, I'm not doing the music testing and this and that. And I was just brilliant. She's a really nice, very mature girl.
Yeah. I like her entrance.
Her brother's competing as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure what discipline.
Ah, it's Andre.
There you go.
Excellent. That's her brother.
There we go. That makes life a little
Makes
clearer.
sense. So yesterday, Alexandra was scoring 8.4 and Amy Watson was 8.5. So they're very, very close on their free routine. Amy's, I feel, is more technical and slightly better with the execution, perhaps, but with the music and the choreography, it's a very tight race there for the third place. So we'll see.
Is Andre coming up next?
Yeah, Andre is in second place. There's less than a point actually between him and Kira. So, but her free routines are consistently scoring higher than his. Half a point on the first round, and only 2 points higher on the second round. So obviously the judges saw more that they liked from Andre. Looks like it's going to be the same as the Open. It's really going to be down to round 5 and how they score in their compulsories. In their compulsories, round 2. Kira got 9 and Andre got 8.9.
Oh, it's tight.
They're fighting here in freestyle and they're fighting in the D2W
Are
as well.
they really?
Yesterday when Kira beat Andre in the speed routine, he got out and kicked the tunnel.
He was not very happy.
I think he was, as far as I understood, he wasn't happy with the time. They were 0.2 of a second slower than the fastest team and they were gunning it. So, but we can ask him later.
We will.
Here's Andre representing Poland. That was amazing. And I think now we've got Regan over at the tunnel floor.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live to the world on the studio floor. It's the WCIS 2016, the second ever FAI Indoor Skydiving Championships. It's all heating up here. We're into day 2. There's some battles happening everywhere, all over the place. I'm here by the studio with Maya. How are you doing, Maya?
I'm doing great today, actually. Like yesterday, I was feeling really, really stressed and really pressured, but today I went in and I was ready.
And, yeah, overnight you said you were feeling a bit sick, you didn't feel very well. You seem a lot better now.
Yeah, yesterday night, well, I was golfing like the day before, and it was really cold. So yesterday night, I was just lying in bed, like practically dying. But yeah, I'm good now.
I must say as well, big respect for you. You know, you're of that age, you could be competing in the juniors, and you've stepped up to the open category. I think a lot of people are respecting you for that.
Well, thanks. I just thought I would, like, yeah, as you said, step it up a bit.
Your moves are incredible, those spins to the music. We know what happened last year with the viral videos, millions and millions and millions of views. Are we expecting the same again this year, do you think?
It's actually really hard to predict because, like, we never know what's going to go viral, but, I mean, let's hope for it.
So overnight, 5th place, big battle on your hands, fighting it out with Raf. There's not a lot of movement, is there? There's not a lot of points from the top to the bottom. It's so tense at the top.
There isn't. There's a 1 point difference between the top and me, so yeah, it's really tense.
All right, well, we'll let you get ready. Are we going to see the same again on your next round? Is it going to be different, or are we looking at the same?
Well, the next round is the compulsories, but the round after that, I'm always trying to change it up a little bit just to see if the judges want like that a little more or a little less. So we'll see.
It's a good point, actually. We were saying that in the studio before. The judges, if you're doing the same routine, they get used to it. Maybe they see extra bits they've not seen before. That could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I added, like, last time I added a different move, and then this time I added another different move, just to change it up a bit.
What about Inka and Leo at the top? It's neck and neck.
I love both of them. Like, they're so good. And, like, Leo actually changed his so much compared to last year's. It's less aggressive and more, like, flowy in a way. Yeah, I love it.
Well, Maya, thank you very much for your time. We'll catch up with you later. We'll let you go and prepare for your next round.
Thanks.
It's live action here at the World Cup of Indoor Skydiving 2016. All day long yesterday, 14 hours of live broadcast. Very shortly, we're going into round 6 of the formation skydiving. Big battle there at the top, neck and neck now with Hayabusa and France 3. In the juniors, neck and neck with France and Canada, 1st place and 3rd place. But we're going to bring into the studio now little Amy Watson, the winner of the Polish Open. Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Great performance. You must be having the time of your life.
Yes, I am.
And obviously we're not using music right now.
No, we're not.
Have you done freestyle with music before? Have you tried it yet?
I've never tried freestyle with music, but I really hope to, really soon.
We're going to see you on the international circuit, maybe over in Spain in February at the Wing Games with music there?
Yep.
Absolutely, you heard it first there. Amy, so what's impressed you most about this event?
Seeing everyone fly and everyone being happy and sharing every moment with everyone.
Are you aware as well when you're performing that you're being watched by thousands of people worldwide?
Not really.
Oh, me neither, that's why I say the things I do. So, listen, we've got the rest of the day to come. What do you think is going to happen? You were 3rd overnight. Is that where you expect to be, or what do you think?
Well, it would be nice to maybe keep going up, but top 3 for me would be really, really good.
And your parents must be very proud as well over there in the background. They're loving it.
Yep.
Good. So after this, are you going to be going to the States with Inka for some training? Is that what's happening?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Amy Watson, superstar. Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so as you know, we're going into round 6 of the FS very shortly. I want to bring the leader on right now of this freestyle event that we've got going on. Incredible performance. We've just seen you now. Give us a high five first. New performance, new suit, new sound. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I wanted to show like how I can be graceful, but at the same time like really powerful. So that's why Anna from Free Fly Forever, she made me 2 suits, one which was white and one which was black, so that I could fit the song. Yeah.
And the suits she makes are absolutely incredible. We know Anna, she's incredible with the glam apple designs, the colour she uses. Your team suits for the 2-way, incredible. And your 2-way last night, let's talk about that.
Yeah, it was really cool. The first round we had a bus, so we were kind of upset about it, but the second round we were clean and our routine was okay, so I guess we want to improve later on today.
105.056 I think it was. Nobody could get anywhere near you.
Well, yeah, we were actually really surprised and we hope to maintain that and try to go even faster.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about what was going on last week with the Worldwide Junior event. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so we took part, and me and my partner Ishan, we split up because we wanted to mix around with other small children so that we can fly with them. So I took part with this person called Isabel. She's really nice, and we didn't expect to do well because we were just doing it for fun, and we ended up 3rd, yeah.
Okay, and what's next for you this year? Is that the end of competition now for this year?
Yeah, I think we're aiming for a window in the start of next year, so yeah.
Okay, so we're going to see you at the Wing Games?
Hopefully.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Back to the studio.
Hello, Regan. Thank you very much for that floor interviews. So, what do you think?
It's amazing.
I know. How good is that? I can't believe how awesome they are to talk on the telly.
They sound like more professional than I do, and I'm like 3 times their age.
I know.
It's amazing.
It gives me belief in the future, yes. So we've got more great freestyle and D2W coming up for you later, but now we're on to the four-way.
Four-way. This is great. So at the moment, I believe we are watching in the tunnel the South African Jazz Republic team. So this round, Anna, is pretty much, it's a slot switcher on the front piece. So it's quite a tricky round because you have a slot switcher on the front piece, which means it's 10 points successively different.
Okay.
Because you have this slot switcher on the front. But also it's a tricky round because you have a slot switcher, the first block out the door, but then you have a sequence of randoms with a quite tricky, the first random that comes up is an L.
Okay.
And you can build it in different ways. So we're going to see different teams here building this L in very different ways.
Okay.
And it depends on the energy of the close of the block at the beginning of the round, which will determine how that random sequence, that LOC, to back to the top of the 12 actually goes for the rest of the teams.
Got it.
So it's going to be a very interesting round to watch for the different teams to see which engineering they actually take.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so now we're watching one of the Qatari teams. So we're watching Qatar. I believe this is Qatar white. No, sorry, yes, it's Falcons white. And they're neck and neck with their teammates, the other half of the 8-way team, which would be the Falcons maroon. It's all to play for in the 4-way. So, yeah, they're currently 13th and 14th after round 4. Maroon are on 98 points, and the Falcons white are on 96. So next in we should have the Polish team, which would be Sky 4. That's Sky 4 from Poland. They're currently lying in 17th place, just behind the Czech team of Hurricane Factory, Mikhail's Chicks. So next in we have the VAF Warriors. These guys are flying with an alternate. I think it's Vivica. She used to fly on the, she still flies on the Danish female team.
Ah. Cool.
So she's filling in because her point couldn't make it, and I think she's doing a fine job.
Cool. And their team name is?
VAF Warriors, VAF Warriors.
Representing Denmark.
Denmark.
Excellent.
Let's see what engineering they take. So the 12, for those that are listening, the 12 is a slot switcher for the front piece. They flew that very nicely, and they are taking the zigzag L, which is a slight variation on a standard L. And as you can see from that, there can be a lot of momentum from the close of the 12 to build that zigzag L.
And they're going to close it tight?
Tight. See, that was a better attempt.
Yeah.
But it's quite tricky because if it breaks the rhythm, it breaks the whole random sequence that follows the block, which can slow it all down for you.
Uh-huh.
And the difficulty with this is if you take the zigzag L, which you might not be too familiar with unless you've really trained it, it's an alternate move. You also have to do it in both slots on the front, so it can be quite tricky for memory as well. So this round, even though it looks like just 1 block and 3 randoms, is actually probably, it can be a sticky round, as in you can, if you do it well, you're going to score loads of points.
Okay.
If you mess it up, you could lose a lot of points.
I know those kind of rounds. So, S3 with Regan is like 1 block and 2 randoms, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we're the randoms.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Next in we have Team Chimera. I've spoke to them earlier, the UK team. They're going to take in that zigzag L as well. Let's see if how they execute it.
I just got a message in from my dad. Dangerous Dave is watching the live stream.
Is he enjoying having you on?
He is, yeah.
Nice.
That's how my family get to see me these days.
Well, the build of that 12 was not the best. But they are taking a beat as they build that zigzag L following the 12. They're taking a heartbeat just to make sure it's built correctly, and they're taking their time so they can go through that random sprint. It's a good way of doing it. Not pushing themselves too hard. They did get busted in the last round for not being synchronized on coming on and off the grips at the same time. So they're making sure that they're all synchronous on this round. Team Chimera, that was a nice round from them. They're showing it how it should be done. They're happy with that round. Next in we have the team from Monaco. So now we've got Team Monaco in with slightly red suits. How are they getting on? They're currently in 20th place. I think they didn't have the best round 5. Taking another variation of the L. And they're out of time. Next in we should have Team Energy, who have been correctly corrected in the fact that they are being coached by Joey Jones.
Lucky.
Lucky them. So Team Energy are currently lying in 12th place, very respectable, middle of the table, on 99 points after 5 rounds. Team Energy, giving it some energy. They do fly with quite a lot of energy. It's an appropriate name, I think, for them.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the differences when teams fly with energies, you can see you need to be able to control that at the end,
Yeah.
the beginning, of the end of moves, and the start of the
So
moves.
it doesn't just smash through.
But they're doing a good job of it here. Team Energy. Next in, we have another UK team, Team Phoenix. And I understand that they're taking everything in standard.
Everything in?
Standard. So when I say standard, a lot of these, I was talking about zigzag Ls and another L, different variations of this one random, which you can take. They're taking a standard L, which is just pretty much where you have side bodies and cats between the outside and inside center.
Okay.
You can, if you have a look, you might be able to see. So this would be your standard dive. So you see on the front, they're spinning a 540, and the back piece, that was the L. Yeah. The back piece on the block are spinning just a 360.
Yeah, so they're not like engineering to go faster, they're just going to get through the...
They just want to get through it because they're two halves of two teams come together, and they're not going to be that familiar, as you can see there from the pose of the 12, at any different Ls in different slots. Team Phoenix, showing that taking the standard engineering can be good if you're not as well trained in some of the other variations of the randoms. Next in, we have one of the Czech teams, Hurricane Factory Mikhail's Chicks. It's nice that they're back to back with the bad boys that are following them in after. They're currently lying in 17th place on 94 points. They're also taking it all very standard. So the front piece have to turn this 540, and then the outside center has to step out to be on the front of the formation for the L, which is a standard L build, which can slow things down a little bit. If you're watching this live, you'll be able to see there's a bit of a hiccup there. So build the 12 on the front, and they close it. The outside center has to move back out, which can, some would see it as it can be quite a slow move to that random page, which is why some teams are taking different engineering. And hopefully we'll see some of that following. So next in
Interesting.
It is interesting, and it's going to be interesting for the top teams because there's nothing in between there, there's no points.
So we'll see if they do the same engineering or something completely different. Do you ever see like somebody come and just pull like, wow, how did they do that?
The Russians did in the VFS round.
Ah, that's not so much anymore in FS then.
It does happen. The Russians tend to pull out this weird and funky engineering that people are just like...
Nate, it's the home of the honey badger, Russia.
Do they do it in other disciplines as well? Really, all the time?
I love them. I think I want to be part Russian.
Really?
Yeah.
How are we going to manage that one?
I'm going to start by buying a lot of vodka.
Okay. I'm in there. I can do that with you.
And then I'm going to act like a honey badger.
Excellent.
And then I think I'm pretty much
honey
there.
badger moxers.
Yeah, exactly.
See, good shots on some of the levels there on the 12s. The front piece have to just go up a tad. Going over the back piece. No, sorry, the back piece going over the front piece. If we could have the top view. Camera 3 is always good for the formation skydiving. We're not getting that top view camera. That was a bad boys, who are currently lying in 9th place on 104 points.
Ooh, not too shabby.
No. Now we have the Hungarian team, Aladdin, who are lying in 19th place. It's not much in it, you know, it's not that far apart. There's a lot of teams in the 90s at the moment after 5 rounds, like, you know, from 12 down to 19, 99 down to 90. There's quite a lot of teams that are, there's not much in it, in the middle of the table, which makes it very exciting. They're also taking that standard move. Standard end of 12 to the L. And everything else is standard. Satellite to the C. Bit tricky for that outside centre to get out of the centre of the close of the 12 to that standard L. And if you're not so well trained a team, it can be quite tricky because you're not used to that move, and most outside centres are used to like pushing themselves out of the centre to get onto the front of that, whereas a point flyer you might not be. But these guys are pulling it off. They're having the patience to sit and wait. Aladdin from Hungary.
Strong turnout from Hungary during this competition.
They've got a free flight dynamic team, and have they got any freestyle flyers?
Yep, I think so. Yeah, we have Lucas from Hungary.
Brilliant. So next in we should have the other half of the 8-way team, the Falcons Maroon, and they are currently 2 points after round 5 ahead of their teammates, the Falcons White.
Cool.
I believe they're also taking standard engineering. Had a quick chat with Gary on my way up. See, gave me the lowdown. Thank you, Gary. I should ask them how he's actually split this 8-way team into the 2 4-ways. They just take the back half and the front half, or do they choose on experience? Make sure I catch up with Gary and find out. They're flying really well here. Trying to rip through that random sequence. Goes to show that if you have a random sequence that you have confidence with and it's trained, it can work just as well as any funky engineering. It's a good round from Falcons Maroon. Next in we have France 1, who scored the highest round on round 5. They outscored Hayabusa and France 2.
Yeah, this is where the battle's at.
Yeah, exactly. And these guys they're currently in 3rd place, a long way behind the top 2, but they're bringing it back slowly, and they had a stonking round 5.
They scored higher than the team battling with Hayabusa?
Yes.
Really?
They scored 26, they were clean.
Wow.
No busts. France 2, so Wimby, they scored 25.
How far are they behind Wimby? Too much?
Too much, about 14 points.
But just a great performance from them then.
They have outstanding performance. Unfortunately, France 2 got a bust, and Hayabusa got 2 busts, so they would have all been on 26.
Ooh.
But these guys flit clean.
Cool.
They have a lovely way of flying.
Yeah.
They're taking the standard move to the L as well. They obviously have the confidence with it, and it's working for them. Oh, some level issues there. They are really going for it. This is good. Out of time.
Okay.
It's a good round. France 1. Next in, we have one of the Swedish teams, Echo Chamber. They had not as good round as Griton Volo. They've been fighting it out with their other Swedish teammates or Swedish countrymen and women, and fell 4 points. They lost 4 points to their team, the other team, in the last round. So let's see if they can get any of it back. There's now 5 points between the 2 Swedish teams. So Team Echo Chamber currently lying in 6th place. Also taking the standard L. A nice shot of level. Some echo chamber. I wondered if they got any busts on their last round. Yeah, they did get one bust on their last round. And next in, current indoor and outdoor world champions Hayabusa.
Bum, bum, bum.
See if they're feeling any of those nerves.
Really good that they get a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, currently tied with Wimby.
And this is the way this is how competition should be. Yeah. It's one judge said to me once, well, why would you want to compete if the world champions are going to that competition? Because they're just going to win. That you should wait till they stop. I was like, no. You want to push them off.
Out the blocks, and they're taking that zigzag L. So this is the one where outside centre, inside centre is catted on the back of outside centre, and outside centre picks up point. It's catted, picks up point on the front, if you can just see there. It's quite a tricky random to build, so it's a side body.
Okay.
I don't know if they're just going so fast it's tricky to tell. Hayabusa, that looked good actually. It's not the fastest of rounds, even though it might look like it on paper, but that was a good round. They went from the blocks, right out the blocks I should say. Next up we have Team EXO. Team EXO currently lying in 7th place. Very respectable 112 points after five rounds. They're tied with the Sky Dragons from Slovenia. The Sky Dragons. For those of you watching at home, block 12 is one of those tricky ones where, because you have to turn a 540 on the front piece, if you're not nice and small and keep it nice and slow and fight with each other on the front, it can get away from you. But these guys, the Russian team, are showing you pretty much how effortless it can be to fly a 12 on the front piece, nice and tight and compact. No momentum on the closes of the 12s, maybe a hiccup there on the random. Taking the standard L. Nice work on their block 12s in the front piece. Team EXO. Next up we should have the Lithuanian team, Equinox. Currently lying in 22nd place. We picked it up a little bit on round 5. Let's hoping they can pick up for the rest of the meet. Nice and steady. Bit of confusion here. What are we building? They moved on. Point a little bit unsure what they're actually building. You can see the difference here between what you might have seen earlier on the top of the 12 from the Russian team from what's going on here with the Lithuanian team. That they're fighting a little bit with each other, that front piece, not quite as compact. So therefore arms are getting a little bit stretched at the front, which means the close of the block isn't as nice as it should be. They're keeping this one nice and tight. It's much more confidence, I think, when it's not a slot switch page for the Lithuanian team, so maybe not as well trained in both slots yet. Confusion there again. It's a problem with taking a different random that you might not be used to and putting asking of yourself to slot switch it as well is not always the best move. And next in we should have team from Slovenia, the Sky Dragons.
Ooh, got it right.
Hope so. Keeping my fingers crossed. Sky Dragons. They impressed me somewhat, this team. Got a lot of good energy. Even those closest to the 12s. You see some of the levels there that you need between the front and the back piece to get that 540 and the 360 on the back. There's an art for the back piece to see, because obviously the front piece have to travel further with a 12, a 540, an extra 180 degrees of rotation. The back piece have to be very patient. They have to watch and wait, and they want to have big eyes to make sure that they can make the catch. So they don't want to overcook it. Nice work from the Sky Dragons. Next in we have France 2, France Wimby, the Wimby team. Neck and neck with Hayabusa, and Julien just concentrating there. See what these guys can do in this round. Team of former world champions. Taking the zigzag L as well. Looking good, but similar to Hayabusa's round, it's a little bit. It's not the fastest of rounds. As I said, it looks like it can on paper, even with 3 randoms in it.
Right.
So not the nicest of randoms. Not the nicest of builds to the randoms either. Oh, a bit of a miss. Might have got a bust on that point.
Oh.
Team Wimby, they look fast.
Not
Let's
as
see.
fast as Hayabusa, you think?
Well, Hayabusa just looked neater, so it's hard to tell.
And
As I'm
usually smooth is fast.
Yeah.
Or is it slow is smooth, smooth
Slow
is
is-
fast? So if they look neater, you'd think it was
You think it would, but you know, I was wrong in the last round.
You were not.
I was wrong.
Were you?
I'm big enough, I have broad enough shoulders to admit
Wow.
I was wrong.
I'm never wrong.
Never?
Never. There was one time when I thought I was wrong, but I actually wasn't wrong. So it was okay.
Well, next in we have the Qatar Tigers, who've fallen a point away from third place and France won. So let's see what they do here. They're also taking a zigzag L. Big eyes. This top camera on this would be great. It's good that they're wearing like green and yellow trainers. I can actually figure out who's who. This is very useful to me, very useful. I think everybody should do it for commentators.
Nice that they were thinking of you.
I know. I'm going to ask them later, like, were you thinking of me?
Yeah.
Bit of momentum there from the close of the 12. Slowed them down a little bit. Level issues, but I think they're out of time. Good work from Qatar Tigers. Currently lying in 4th place, just 1 point off the 3rd spot.
Solid work.
Solid.
So they can still get back up there then.
We can, yeah. Next up, we have another Swedish team, Grichon Volo, who are eking out a bit of a lead from their Swedish counterparts. They're 24-20 in the last round, so they're 5 points ahead of Team Echo Chamber, lying in 5th place, just behind the Qatar Tigers. Regan keeps saying he's been super impressed with the Swedish teams. It's nice to see Swedish teams back in the mix.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Swedish tunnel?
I have, Stockholm, Bodyflight Stockholm. Yeah.
What's it like?
Weird. It's cool. It's like built inside an old brewery, I think. So they used I think that they used the structure of where the vat was to build the tunnel inside. So architecturally, it's really cool in a really weird way.
Right.
But yeah, the tunnel is awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's cool. It's totally different. It's like more like Bedford, that kind
I
of
see.
style.
Okay. Like a little dungeon.
Right, there's dungeon aspects to it.
Okay.
And they
I
got
like
a
it,
really
the
cool
cave.
crew down there. It's
Cool.
the same with Bedford. Like,
Yeah.
it's often it's the crew, eh? Like,
It's the people that make it, huh?
yeah, definitely.
Guichon some big guys in here, taking the zigzag L as well. That's it, they're out time. Look pleased with that. Now we have Team ACM. Yeah, their round 5 was okay, a little bit better. They're just struggling with the size. Thanks for the wink there, Gareth. Taking the standard L. So outside centre having to step out onto the front for points. Nice work on the front of those 12s. They're big guys, this is looking good from ACM.
What's that stand for?
Air Combat Maneuvers,
Wow.
paying homage to Top Gun, I believe. Bit of confusion there, but I think they're out of time, way out of time. That was a good round from Team ACM. Oh, look at the hugs, group hugs, love it.
Nice.
So that was open of round 6. So now we're moving on to the ladies. So first in will be the team from Hungary, Not Your March. So the team from Hungary are currently at the bottom of the leaderboard, but as I've said earlier, they're just starting out. Similar to the Flyspot chicks as well. It's probably their first season. I imagine it's their first season of AAA. This type of round probably doesn't help. Having a slot switcher on the front piece. It's always easy, I think, sometimes, as the VFS guys are going to have in the next round as well, is to have a double slot switcher, where you switch in and out of a block, but then there's another slot switching block at the end which switches you out of it, so you have just one page of the same thing, so you can have, like, you don't have this having to fly a whole load of randoms in a different slot that you're not used to.
Yeah, okay.
But these guys, I mean, they're struggling here, as you can see, some confusion, but luckily that's out of time. Team Not Your March. Need to ask them what that means. Carrying on 60 points after round 5. Next in we have the Czech ladies. Take a standard B into the tunnel and build a 12 from there. Too much problems with the memory yet. As they're flying with an alternate as well, it's going to be a little bit tricky for them as well. They're flying the standard L. So me and Anna are currently having a little bit of a boogie in the studio.
Bit of a mellow boogie.
Bit of a mellow boogie. Trying to watch FS is it's weird. Strange.
Get weird.
Have you ever done any musical flying in the tunnel? Like with
One time, then I lost
was
my...
it?
Awesome. I love it. We're... Hopefully the team, Zion now, is going to be based at Boston the whole summer. So I really have my eyes set on flying every day, for a little bit for myself as well as training, because training is what we do.
Yeah.
It's really nice to have a little fly for yourself as well, a little bit every day. So yeah, I want to do that with music, just for fun.
Do you just keep going? Do you like, because you get lost in the music, don't you? I mean, I have songs in my head when I do stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't see anything.
It's like a musical inside here. I tell you, it's funny. It's great. It's very dramatic.
There's a lot going on in that little noggin, eh?
All the time with music.
Flyspot chicks. They were happy with their round 5. They were very happy with their round 5, I should say. They got a 19 on round 5. They got 5 points on the other Polish team, No Mercy. Scored 19. That's an excellent round from them. Nice work from the Flyspot chicks.
Nice.
They're happy with that one. Next in we have Team Volition, a UK team, tunnel team.
Oh, Sparky.
Yeah?
Hey up.
There's a smile. And Sparky likes bubbles.
Everybody likes blowing bubbles.
Yeah, she likes blowing bubbles. So they've eked out a bit more of a lead on NFTO now. They're 5 points clear of NFTO. They've got 22 on round 5.
And sitting in what position?
Second place.
Wow.
I mean, Sparky and Nutty have flown opposite each other
A lot.
a lot. And you can tell in the way that they fly. Sometimes I don't even think they need to look at each other.
That's nice.
Sparky was saying in the heat of battle, sometimes the her whole body position can go a little bit. You know, she's like, oh, I should do this a little bit better. I should be coaching I coach people to do this a little bit better. And she's like, I just get drawn into it. And I'm like there going, no, I shouldn't put my bum up in the air, but I do.
But I do.
She's great though. It's so much. She's so there all the time. Whenever she flies, it's great.
Yeah.
And they're taking the standard L. Nice work, Volition.
Clean.
Looked clean. Next in we have Team Veses, also from Slovenia.
Well done.
Have I said Slovenia a few times?
Just the one. So close.
Team Veses currently lying in 7th place on 74 points after round 5. Taking the standard L. Oh dear. Didn't quite close that block there. Move on, ladies, move on, and they have. It's hard though, because if that happens on a slot switch page, can you bring it back? Nice and slow. Next then we have Team NFTO. See what they can do on this round. I think they're taking another variation of that L, Anna. So outside centre is moving, stepping out and moving to the back of tail and picking it up from there. So let's see if your keen eyes can spot any differences in this.
Okay.
as an outside centre, this is what I would prefer. Let's see. Yeah, it's working for them. So Varna's right there in the middle, and now it's Anna. So she picks up that. There you go.
Nice.
I like this engineering. Good work from NFTO. I like the engineering, they pulled that one off. That's nice work. Next in we have a team No Mercy from Poland. They lost a few points on that last round, on round 5, to the Flyspot chicks. So let's see what they can do on this round. Nice in the door, that 12. Taking it standard. Next in we have the French ladies, who scored a storming 26. They actually equaled the highest round from the open category, so they equaled their the French Open team. Let's see what they can do on this round. Bit ragged, a bit in the corner of the tunnel. They're definitely going for it. Oh, communication issues. Their tail was off before they'd actually built that O. Away how quickly that front piece can go. There's some confusion here. Not as seamless at this point. You'd want to slow it down a little bit, but they're still powering through. Some of the grips and where the grips are being taken are a little bit, some are quite high. They worked through that dive. It was fast. I'm not entirely sure it was very clean though. We shall see. Next up from Sweden, we have Team X, also flying with an alternate. So Team X are currently lying in 6th place. On 87 points after 5 rounds. That zigzag L's tricky. Oh, they're turning it around. Interesting. Oh, very wide 12s. So they're not, it's not a zigzag L at all. They're actually points whenever they close the 12, moving forward. It's interesting. Not entirely sure if it is any faster, but the front piece 12 move looked a bit sticky. The block piece. And that's ladies. Done. We're now moving on to the junior category. Well, there's a lot going on, as Regan's already mentioned. So first up we have France Junior 1. This round for the juniors is 19L7. So currently it's neck and neck at the top of the leaderboard. So the Air Devils and France Junior 1 are tied on 99 points. So France Junior 1 brought back a couple of points on round 5. They had 2 up on the Air Devils. So as we said earlier, it's always going to be nice and tight. Oh, non-stationary grip. I'm not entirely sure about that. See what the judges will have to say about that. Yeah, not particularly stationary. Looks like it's a moving grip. This close of this 19 here. Yeah, that's straight off it. Yeah, quite high in the tunnel. I don't know if you managed to catch that, Anna, but it's like as they're closing the 19, it's basically just brushing past it and moving on, which to me isn't stationary and in control. Where I'd hesitate. And yeah, they are flying quite high in the tunnel. Maybe they're still adjusting the tunnel wind as it heats up during the day. Next in, we will have Canadian team. This will be Team Tunnel Vision. Also very quick off those grips on the close of the 19. And you can't see him picking up the grips either because he's picking up underneath the knees on the close of this 19. So not only is it very quick, you can't really see that there's a white glove around the knee, so it'd be interesting to see what the judges' take is on this. You see what I mean? It's barely there.
Just brushing.
Yeah, just brushing, and you can't even really see the grips on top. I'd imagine there might be a few busts coming up in these rounds for these two teams. So this draw, in case I haven't mentioned it, sorry, is a 19L7. So both 19 and 7s are blocks that you have from single A onwards, so some of the first blocks that you learn. You could call them, at least a 7 is a random block. So they should be pretty familiar with these blocks, these teams. It would have been the first sets of blocks that they learnt. Let's see what France Junior 2, who currently, there's a little bit more time on the grips on the close of that 19 though. Yeah, definitely definitive stop on the 19, close of the 19. So France Junior 2 are currently in third place, tied in third place with Tunnel Vision, the previous team that had just been through, on 93 points. So the Canadians and the French are really battling it out here in the junior category. So you can see there's a definite stop to the close of the 19. Definitely showing the judges that we have closed this block.
So that should work for them, right?
Should. Can't wait to get those judging scores up. See if the judges spotted the same thing that I did. France Junior 2. So next in we have the the second Canadian team, or the first Canadian team, whichever one you want to call it, they're second in order, who are currently at the top of the leaderboard with the France Junior 1 team. Breathe, breathe, boys and girls.
To it.
That's a nice view from getting into the tunnel. Straight into 19, yeah. So the close of this 19, it's less, definitely more. The grip is there than we had on the other Canadian team. Maybe all the other teams are learning from the teams that they just watched, thinking, ooh, they're looking good though. For engineering, so you have the close of the 19. They're taking the other L, so the outside centre is moving onto the back of tail, which we've just seen from some of the senior flyers. Next in, we have France Junior 3, who are currently lying in 6th place after 5 rounds. Going well, thank you.
Yes, hi Regan, how's it going?
Got lots of cameras behind you, Regan. Following him around. That would be me. Sorry, I was hungry. Oh, it's Junior 2. 3, sorry, in fact. Yeah, they're out of time. Nice round. Next in, we have the first of the 2 Czech teams, Hurricane Factory Cubs to begin with. They are currently lying in 5th place, probably pretty much on their own out there on 81 points after round 5.
Okay.
You having a stretch there, Anna?
I did, sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, stretch it out.
So how much have you learnt about the FS world?
Well, I think I know 100% more than I did before.
Awesome. My job here is done.
My work here is done.
And you know all about houses, the sides of houses and the roofs of the house.
And I know that every house needs a wall.
There you go. I'm so proud.
I know. And I know that you should stop before you take the or whilst you could demonstrate control.
Yes, control.
But you don't actually have to close your hand for the grip.
No.
You can just be hanging out there. It's more like body high fives.
Body high fives.
A bunch of body high fives, right?
Yeah.
Dush, dush. Ah. And I learned that Sparky likes to blow bubbles and doesn't want to stick a butt in the air.
There you go. Excellent. I think we should greet her with that one later.
There was you thinking I wasn't listening.
Ah, yeah, you say you were. Is it all exciting in the freestyle world?
Yes, it's very exciting. I've just been going through all the scores here and actually preparing for the D2W this afternoon because there's some interesting developments there.
Excellent.
Yeah, freestyle. Big news just in that Leo and Inca have changed places at the top.
Oh, again! How much is in it?
A point of a point, 1/10 of a point.
Wow, 0.1 again.
Yeah, 0.1 again. So next round is round 5, which is the compulsories, which is it's all to play for.
Are they equally as strong in the compulsories, do you think?
I would think that Inca is a little stronger, but on round 2 she actually was 0.2 of a point behind Leo.
Wow.
So I think that she also had a semi-wobbly exit to her stand-up barrel roll section. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Our next compulsories, yeah, I'll explain them to you later.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I'm excited.
They're quite tricky, one might say.
So in the tunnel at the moment we have the Hurricane Factory Flies. They are currently in 8th place on 54 points. Bit of confusion there. The outside centre is tiny. Tiny little boy. And they've had enough now. Yeah, you can leave. Next in we have the Vosvin girls.
These are girls.
Smiley, smiley. So how are they getting on? They're currently in 7th place. 65 points after 5 rounds. Slow and steady.
Quick.
Very quick.
Is that legit?
I'm not sure. I don't. To me, it's also tricky. They're white suits and black gloves. There's a little bit of blurriness going on as well, so it's even harder to have a look. That was definitely more there.
Yeah. So that's a point when they're not built completely, just 2 and 2.
2 and 2. On all of the randoms they should be built, and on there are 2 blocks in this one. There's 19 and 7.
Yeah.
So that's a close of the 19, one of the blocks. That's the random, and this is another block.
So when you've got that just a 2 and a 2 needs to build, and it doesn't need to build all 4 of them, that can lead to some interesting engineering then.
It can lead to some interesting engineering. You could take it the other way. You could not many people do though, because most of the time you want your centres facing each other. And also that can be pretty tricky in the sky as well, if you've got out-facing moves. And with flat flyers, we're not very good at this out-facing stuff. Vosvin girls, nice and steady Eddie. So next we've got the VFS. And the VFS have got an interesting round on this one. I've been speaking to a couple of guys about it, but it's a double slot switcher with a pretty easy, it's a triple blocker, but the block in the middle is a pretty easy block to fly in either slot. So if you're going to get a combination of a round, one round, this is the best combination to have your slot switching blocks in. So this is 12-3-6. Wendy, if you're listening, I gave you the numbers there rather than the actual names of the blocks, which I've looked up. The names of these blocks are, if I can find them, so you've got a pinwheel, block 12, block 3 is a head down accordion to head down accordion, and number 6 is a snowflake. So I think both 12 and 3 everything is head down, and I think block 6 you have head down to head up. So the tricky thing here could potentially be the 3 to the 6 and the 6 back to the 12, because you've got the levels on the head up and the head down. So interesting fact, the Russians pulled something out of the bag on round 5.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Funky engineering?
Funky engineering.
What was that then?
They kind of had cheated grips at the start of one of the blocks, where because you're basically both meant to fly up, whoever's going from head down to head up to head down, and then take the grips. But you can actually take the grips and fly it together. And they did that, and all the other teams were like, we didn't do that, we didn't spot that at all. And we should have done that, exactly.
Were they fast?
Yeah. So in round 5, the Fly Station VFS got 20 on that round, but the Golden Knights looked amazing. I've got 22. And Flyspot Definition, they looked smooth but just never got their rhythm. And they lost 6 points on one round.
Story of my life. Looking smooth, can't get into rhythm, can't get the soundtrack in the head to match up.
And
So
music in your head's a good thing, huh?
6, yeah, totally.
They got
lost
those
6
6 points. It's possible, huh? That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
wow.
It's like, that was Team Elements. Looking good, looking happy. From Belgium. And currently they are lying in 6th place, averaging a 20 after 5 rounds. Next in we have team, wait for it. I like watching these guys, I can actually figure out what they're doing. It's a nice level shot there. This is really good for people like me. I'm learning as I'm watching and talking about it. It's great.
Awesome. That's was a big thing for me in free fly. I used to, when I started out, I used to edit boogie videos of the big best free fly events. So I couldn't fly with anybody because I was nowhere near good enough. But I got to sit 12 hours in a room watching them all fly and being like, this is awesome, that is awesome, this is awesome. So yeah, it goes in, I think.
I'll watch a lot of video, but I find that I like watching other people learning. Because for me, it's kind of like people that are a little bit ahead, a lot ahead, but learning something different.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to that. When I watch really super groovy flyers fly on there, just can't feel it.
Just gotta change your brain. Relate to the super groovy. Get super groovy.
I am ninja. I am ninja.
Exactly.
I am ninja.
Fake it till you make it, babes. That's
this
what the
is
rest
my
of the world
mantra.
is doing.
High five.
Have that.
Oh yeah. Next in, your buddies, SDC Core.
World champions.
Oh yeah.
World champion Kai Kai in there. That's his full name now.
Full
title.
name, Kai Kai.
No, world champion Kai Kai.
World champion Kai Kai. Okay. They got 23 on that round, on round 5. It goes to show what I can tell. I thought it'd be like, high 20s. I got that wrong.
Okay.
Yet again, I admit I'm wrong. Broad shoulders.
I suppose it's a little slower when they have these full spinning pieces, which I'm not sure what that's called, but...
Yeah, these, I think that is... So the spinny pieces... Actually, all the pieces are spinning pretty much on this, because 3 blocks. That was I understand that's a head-up accordion.
They are insanely fast.
Just look amazing.
Really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Boom.
The levels aren't an issue for them, are they?
No,
it's
they're
fantastic.
And great, just in synchronicity all the time.
That was a great round from SDC Core. Next in, we should have Team iFly Toronto VFS, who are currently in 5th place, averaging just under a 22. So generally speaking, I've been speaking to a few of the VFS flyers, and they've generally been saying this is a quick meet. Namely because you've got, in this round, we have the slot switchers in one round. So it's a double slot switcher, which means that they don't have to worry about flying different pieces. Slot switching themselves in the different pieces. And it also, you can see just from the scores, we've SDC Core are currently averaging 31, and even in the middle of the pack, this team currently flying at the moment, Team iFly Toronto VFS, are currently averaging just below a 22, which most people, if you look at the FS leaderboard, will think that's pretty high average. So there's a little bit of information for you. Team wait for it. I know they've just flown in the tunnel, but they've been suffering a little bit from getting quite a few busts, and the busts have been from where the grip's actually taken on the close of certain blocks. I think they had that with the arrowhead yesterday, potentially, where you can take whose grip you actually take. So if you're taking whoever's spinning, or if you have a 3-piece spinning, you could take one arm or the other arm, and it's actually quite important that they take the right arm, and I think they've been suffering from a few busts here and there, and I'm sure that if they clean that all up, it'll be much easier for them. They'll score a lot higher. So next in the tunnel we have Team Avsum. Team Avsum are currently lying in 8th place, averaging just over 17.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby, yeah. Team Avsum. They look very smooth. I mean, it might not be as fast as some of the other teams, but it looks nice and smooth. So obviously learning their craft. Team Avsum. Next up, we've got the Golden Knights, who had an awesome round 5. 22 points, just 1 point behind STC Core. They looked fast, super fast. So obviously that round suited them.
They're battling for the 3rd, is that right?
Yes, they're currently in 3rd place.
Excellent, cool. So they took it on the last round. Cool.
Those 6 points, they're now 4 points ahead of Flyspot definition. Let's see what they do here. Looking fast, looks good. This looks very clinical and very clean. Oh, a bit of a... I have got the commentator's curse. As soon as I say something, nothing happens. Get busted a few points there. I bet they brought it back. I'd be disappointed with that. But it still looks fast. Must be the nature of turning the pieces, as you said, Anna. Turning these pieces and with the levels can, you know, it's a momentum. It's the same as the FS, isn't it? If it
it was like, did you see that?
No, I just missed it.
It was like just going for the last grip.
Flying through it.
Cool.
Next up, we got Team Fly Station VFS, the Russians. I wonder what they're going to pull out the bag this time.
Oh, Ruskies.
Fly Station looking good. Super fast. Hello, Regan.
Hello, Ray. I'm back in the studio.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Been a busy session. We've been out on the floor and over to the hotel and out in the tent interviewing all the teams, getting the gossip and the up-to-date information.
Talking to people.
Yeah, checking out, you know, with Hayabusa and the French there and asking how they were enjoying this battle at the top. Obviously, they're loving it, you know. Last thing Hayabusa want is to be 20 points in the lead all the time.
No, exactly. This must be great for them.
Yeah, they're loving it.
So next in we have the Skyriders.
What's been happening while I've been away, Ray? What's the scoop?
Well, there's been loads of stuff going on. So we just had a very interesting round 6 for the FS.
Yeah.
There was a slot switching block in the front and very different engineering across the whole breadth of everybody flying that round, actually. It was quite interesting to see how some teams dealt with it and some didn't. And both Hayabusa and Windy look strong.
Yeah.
It's difficult to tell.
Right.
Hayabusa always look like clockwork, and
Yeah.
Windy look like they have a little bit more energy. And I called it. I didn't get it in the last round, but I didn't factor in the bus. So we'll see what happens.
And what about the juniors with the French and the Canadians? How was that heating up?
Yeah, no, that's interesting because there was 19. I think it was a 19 L7.
Yeah.
The top French team and the tunnel vision team, the Canadian tunnel vision team, they looked like the 19s weren't closing stationary. So it'll be interesting to see if the judges pick up on any of that. But it looks like their counterparts, so France 2 and the Air Devils, who flew after, picked up on that. And we're definitely closing those 19. So we could see some changes in that leaderboard in the juniors.
It's an incredible situation to have France and Canada joint first and France and Canada joint third.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I've never seen that before.
It's great.
What a future that sport's going to have.
Amazing. It's really good stuff. At the moment in the tunnel we have Flyspot Definition, who are currently in 4th place, averaging just over a 26 average. They lost 6 points to the Golden Knights in the last round. They never seem to get that rhythm for that dive, and they've got it back here. They're flying pretty fast. It looks like they're on a mission to catch up some points. Flyspot Definition definitely putting some money into this one. The Polish team, home team. Flyspot Definition. See what the scores are in when they come in.
Well, thank you very much, Ray. Good morning there from the FS for us. Round 6 is done and in the bag. If you just joined us, it's Friday, 14th of October, and it's the second ever FAI World Cup of Indoor Skydiving. Thanks very much, Ray. That's been a brilliant morning. Still to come, we've got the next round of the freestyle, and that's going to be interesting too. Anna Moxis will be back in the studio in about 6 minutes' time for that. In the meantime, we'll go on a little break. We'll see you soon.